The starters are loosening up. The grounds crew is putting the finishing touches on the field. And the anthem singer is warming up. It's time for the on-deck circle. Now, with a preview of today's game, here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Krauke.
And a very pleasant good evening to you, and welcome to Salt Lake Bees baseball. This is the on-deck circle prior to the start of tonight's game between the Bees and the Sacramento River Cats. Steve Krauke with you as the Bees try to equal a franchise record as they look for their 10th consecutive win, making it 9 in a row last night with an 8-2 win over the River Cats. Eric Ibar with the Bees down 2-0, tied it with a 2-run homer in the third. Howie Kendrick leading off the fourth, hit a solo shot to put the Bees in front to say 7 solid innings for Joe Saunders, Chris Puchek, and Jonathan Rowenhorst. Each worked a scoreless inning as the Bees moved their record to 43-29. Meanwhile, up in the Pacific Northwest, Tacoma rolled over Portland 7-1. So the Rainiers remained in second place, 6 games back. Portland drops to third, 7 games off the pace. Colorado Springs beaten by Fresno 6-5 in last place, now 13 and a half games out in the Pacific North Division. Sacramento, on the other hand, lost another game in the standings to Tucson. They defeated Las Vegas 5-1. So the Sidewinders now with a 9-game lead over second-place Las Vegas as the 51s have lost 8 in a row. The River Cats are 10 games back after having dropped 3 straight. Fresno brings up the rear, 16 and 1/2 games out of first place. The pitching matchup for tonight's game for the Bees, it's going to be right-hander Steven Shell with a record of 3-2. And for the River Cats, it'll be right-hander Victor Moreno. His record is 2-2. Just a reminder, if the Bees pitching staff combines to strike out 10 or more batters in a 9-inning game tonight, Dal Solio Distributors and Kendall Oil will donate $125 to the Multiple Sclerosis Society of Utah. Kendall Super D 3-engine oil, designed to give you what you need. When we come back, we'll check the Alvarez scoreboard, and we'll have that for you next here on ESPN 1230.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Car, truck, and SUV buyers, 0% financing is back at the 0% Plus HQ. Larry H. Miller Dodge and Chrysler Jeep at the Southtown Auto Mall. Want 0% long-term financing? You got it. Want more than that? With 0% Plus, you got that too. Only Larry H. Miller Dodge and Chrysler Jeep will offer long-term financing as low as 0% on select top Dodge Ram trucks. Plus, give you a $1,000 gas card from Sinclair, plus a free Larry H. Miller entertainment package. Plus, offer a maintenance program with free oil changes. Plus, a 300,000-mile warranty. If it's a Jeep you're after, get long-term financing from 0% on our new Liberties, Grand Cherokees, and Commanders. Plus a $1,000 gas card, free entertainment package, and a maintenance plan offer. There's only one 0% Plus program in Utah, and it's only at your 0% Plus HQ. Larry H. Miller Dodge and Chrysler Jeep, just off the 106 South exit in Sandy. The guy you know in the Southtown Auto Mall. OHC dealer for details.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where the Bees and River Cats are getting ready for tonight's game. Right now, let's update you on the Abra scoreboard. Windshield chips or cracks got you down? Let the specialist at Abra take the worry out of your glass replacement or repair. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule your appointment. In the PCL, they're in the third inning at Round Rock. The Express and Nashville are scoreless. In the third at Oklahoma, Mike Vento's 7th home run of the year has given New Orleans a 1-0 lead over the Red Hawks. After 2 in Des Moines, Iowa leads Omaha by a score of 2-1. In the bottom of the second at Memphis, the Redbirds and Albuquerque, 0-0. Later on, Las Vegas is at Tucson. Fresno hosts Colorado Springs, and Portland is at Tacoma. A limited schedule tonight in the major leagues. In interleague play, after 6, the Orioles and Marlins are tied 1-1. After 4 in Atlanta, the Braves lead Toronto 2-0. Bottom of the third at Chicago, the White Sox and Cardinals are scoreless. The big news there, Albert Pujols has been activated by St. Louis. Off the disabled list, he's 0 for 2. In the third in Houston, Roger Clemens and the Astros are scoreless with Minnesota. Later on, Seattle takes on the Dodgers in Los Angeles. The Mariners have won 5 straight. L.A. has dropped 5 in a row. Finals from earlier in the day, Tampa Bay beat Arizona 4-1. Scott Kazmir now 9-4 for the Devil Rays. San Diego falls at Texas 5-3. The Rangers scored all 5 of their runs in the 5th inning. Former Sacramento River Cat John Reinecker gets the win now 3-1. Kansas City walloped Pittsburgh 15-7. Former Taylorsville High catcher John Buck with his 5th home run of the year. He now has 8 hits in his last 16 at-bats. In the lone National League game, Pedro Martinez and the Mets beat Cincinnati by a score of 6-2. David Wright with a pair of home runs for New York. And that's a look at your Abra scoreboard. When we come back, a conversation with Bees catcher Ryan Buddy. And that's all coming up next here on the On Deck Circle on ESPN 1230.
Hey, this is Dan, the laptop man for PC Laptops. A lot of people wonder how we build the best laptops and desktops on the planet. Well, here's how we do it. We handpick only the most rock-solid quality parts that we can find. The strange thing is that almost every other computer company commercial you hear talks about how cheap their computers are, but no one ever says they build the highest quality computer, well, except for PC Laptops. Why is that? Because a lot of companies are embarrassed to tell you what kind of parts are in your desktop or laptop computer, because they put absolutely the cheapest, crappiest parts that they can find into the computer. Then they try to sell you some ridiculous extended warranty. I believe a computer should come with a great warranty, and that's why every PC laptop desktop comes with a PC laptop lifetime service guarantee for free. You can simply visit any one of our 8 stores and we'll take care of you in person. Yes, you get a real human being. And to make it extra fluffy, we're doing 0 down, 0 payments, 0 interest for half a year. Get into any one of our 8 locations right now and feel the love, because at PC Laptops, we love you.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
Welcome back to the On Deck Circle. Our guest is Bees catcher Ryan Buddy. And Ryan, this has got to be one of the most fun starting rotations that you've ever had to catch.
Yes, it certainly is. They all throw strikes, throw hard. All their breaking stuff is phenomenal, and it makes our job a lot easier. Me and Jeff, back there, it's a piece of cake.
It's almost like the old saying, a rocking chair game most of the time. The thing about it is the guys all throw strikes, whether it's, hot prospects like a Joe Saunders or a Jared Weaver, or even a journeyman type who's trying to make it through organized ball for the first time in Casey Olenberger.
Yeah, certainly. Hopefully he gets healthy and adds another, our 5th guy to the rotation. And, the pen's picking everybody up right now. It's working out well. We're winning some ball games, and hopefully we continue to just keep on winning.
No, that's got to be one of the things of late. It seems like the bullpen is finally starting to turn things around. And even like last night, if a mistake is made with a pitch, they're finally being hit at somebody instead of finding the opening space.
Yeah, it seemed like that little 5-game slide we had there. The other team got all the breaks, and we didn't get any breaks. And finally, it's things are turning around, going our way, and the Pens doing their job now, and it's showing.
Of course, offensively, the guys have really been in a rhythm all season long, and while it's tough, maybe in some times for you to get into a rhythm, at least this year you're getting some more DH at bats, some first base at bats. So you're not, maybe just once every 4 days.
Yeah, it's great getting in there. He's giving me an opportunity to play first a little bit, DH, and it's going well. And like hitting's contagious, like they say, and you got some guys in here with thunder a little bit, and then all of a sudden it looks easy, and it makes the people that don't get to play that much go out there and just say, just swing it, man. It's going to happen.
Does it disappoint you that we're not going to Oklahoma City this year?
Yes, it certainly does. I would have got to play a little more this year, I think. But oh well, maybe next year if I'm back here and we go to Oklahoma City, it'd be great.
Now, when you were growing up in Midwest City and obviously playing baseball, what other sports did you play?
Wrestled all the way through junior high, and then I also played football. And I played 6A at Midwest City, and we had some stud football team. I think we won the 3 state titles in a row, maybe. And then the last 2 years I was there, we had winning seasons, but made it to playoffs. But other than that, it was fun.
What position did you play?
I played strong safety. I was kind of an outside linebacker.
Now, I find it interesting. I think of all the players that I've asked, you're the first one who's wrestled. Was that something you enjoyed?
Yeah, I grew up around it all my life, and I started real young. My brother was a real avid wrestler. I think he took third state his senior year, and he enjoyed it. So I usually did whatever my brother did. He actually didn't play football, so I enjoyed playing football, hitting people, and wrestling just kind of got in the way. Once I got to high school, I liked football and baseball better, so I just did away with wrestling.
What led you towards baseball over football?
It's my size. I didn't have all that size. I was mean. That's about it. And baseball, I started. When I was about 10, I realized that's probably really what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I don't think there's really a call for a guy your size as a strong safety in Division I college football.
No, there's not, man. I don't have much speed no more, so it wouldn't have worked out, I don't think.
Well, I guess on occasion you still get to have that football hit at the plate.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I enjoy it, them guys coming down on me, but, luckily I haven't got hurt.
Depends on the size of the guy who's coming down the line.
Yeah, exactly. There's some guys out there at second base hit the, left center. I'm like, oh, boy, here we go. Just get ready.
One final thing, it seems like everybody's kind of relaxed at the fact that you had those tough one-run losses through a stretch, and then you kind of got over the hump, pulled one out late against Las Vegas, and now it seems like it's something that's going to come to you guys on a regular basis. I think you've won 5 one-run games in a row now.
Yeah, it was a matter of time, We know we can beat people like that. It's, our hitting's unbelievable right now. And it was just a matter of time. We just had to get a few breaks fall our way, and they have been.
Brian, appreciate your time for being our guest. You get 2 certificates, good for lunch or dinner at the Spaghetti Factory at Charlie Square. So enjoy, and good luck the rest of the season.
Appreciate it, Steve.
All right, Ryan Buddy, our guest, back with the starting lineups after this on ESPN 1230.
If you're looking for the ideal job, we have immediate openings for mystery shoppers. As a mystery shopper, you get paid to shop, dine and drink in restaurants, and even go to the movies. Companies want your opinions. They want to know how their customers are being treated and how their prices compare to their competitors. Full-time or part-time, you set your own hours. Bring home hundreds of extra dollars. As a certified mystery shopper, to qualify, you must be able to read and write in English, be over 18 years old, have a checking account or credit card, and follow precisely the instructions you're given. For a small fee, we'll provide training and assignments. All you need to do is shop. Your first assignment will be to evaluate $1,000 in merchandise of your choice. Best of all, you get to keep the goods free. You'll get all the details when you call. This is a limited offer, so call right now.
Call 1-800-453-1426 to find out how you can get paid to shop. That's 1-800-453-1426. Paid shopping assignments are now available in your area. 1-800-453-1426.
Attention motorcycle and ATV riders. Dreaming of a new Yamaha motorcycle or ATV? Well, stop dreaming and start heading to Plaza Cycle for the huge Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event. Because right now, you can get payments as low as $89 a month for 24 months with zero down on a huge selection of new Yamaha motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. You heard right. Payments as low as $89 a month plus zero down for 2 full years on a new Yamaha. So visit Plaza Cycle today for the huge Get Out and Ride sales event. Because an offer this as good. Won't last. Plaza Cycle at 1379 West, 3300 South, in the heart of Salt Lake Valley. Plaza Cycle. Walk in, try it out. On the Yamaha card, subject to credit approval through 8/31/06 on select new Yamaha motorcycles, excluding FJR models, ATV, side-by-sides, and scooters, as low as $89 monthly payment for 24 months at 8.9% APR for amounts financed up to $10,000 for town kept current. Thereafter, the standard rate of 12.99% or 22.99% APR applied. Default rate 24.99%. Minimum finance charge $1. See dealer for ATV age restrictions. Yamaha recommends an approved training course. Call 1-800-887-2887.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Time now for tonight's starting lineup, brought to you by Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day. For the visiting Sacramento River Cats, managed by Tony DeFrancesco, leading off the shortstop, Mark Kiger. Batting second, the catcher, John Baker. Hitting third and playing first base, Nate Espy. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, Scott McLean. Hitting fifth, the designated hitter, Jeremy Brown. Batting sixth and playing second base, Keith Ginter. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Jason Perry. Hitting eighth, the center fielder, Charles Thomas. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Richie Robnett. Pitching for Sacramento will be right-hander, Victor Moreno. For the homestanding Salt Lake Bees, here's how manager Brian Harper filled out his lineup card. Leading off the shortstop, Eric Ibar. Batting second, the left fielder, Reggie Willits. Hitting third and playing center field, Tommy Murphy. Batting cleanup, the second baseman, Howie Kendrick. Hitting fifth and catching, Jeff Mathis. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Curtis Pride. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Mike Elward. Hitting eighth and making his AAA debut, Jason Espito. And batting ninth is the third baseman, Adam Pavkovich. Pitching for the Bees will be right-hander, Stephen Shell. The umpires are assigned by the Pacific Coast League. Chris Guccione will be behind the plate. A.J. Wendell is at first. Scott Chamberlain at second. And Casey Moser will be the arbiter over at third. It's the Bees and the River Cats getting ready for Game 2 of our 5-game set. We'll be back with the first pitch right after this timeout. You've been in the on-deck circle on ESPN 1230.
This has been the On Deck Circle, a comprehensive look at today's game. The first pitch is right around the corner, so stay tuned. Salt Lake Bees baseball is coming up next on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I've got some questions. Is it normal if I hurt worse the day after the accident? Can I sue the doctor? Can I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I'm attorney Keith Barton, and I can help. These are the kinds of questions I answer every day.
Until I called Keith Barton, I had no idea how it really worked. I called and he got me $200,000. How's that for an answer?
If you've been in a car wreck and you're hurt, call me at area code 801. It's easy.
Hi, Paul Hartman here. You know, if I were to hire somebody for my business, I would want to see their resume. That's why I think it's only fair to give you our resume right now. We have 20 years servicing the Wasatch area. Family owned and operated. Winner of last year's top technician training program. Always staffed 24 hours.
Whether you're into college sports or you stick with the pros, it's all right here. ESPN Radio 1230 AM. KJQS Murray, Salt Lake City. Starting pitchers are ready. The lineups have been exchanged, and the hot dogs are ready to go. It's time to play ball. Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air. Now let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Crouchy.
Well, a very pleasant good evening to you once again, and welcome to Salt Lake Bees baseball on yet another gorgeous night here along the Wasatch Front. The Bees getting ready to take on the Sacramento River Cats, but before we get our ball game underway on this Thursday night, let's enjoy the singing of our national anthem to be performed tonight by Tyler Perry.
Can you see by the dawn's early light was so bright? when our flag was still there. Oh, take us that star-spangled banner and wave. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And our national anthem prior to the start of tonight's game between the Bees and the Sacramento River Cats. Game 2 of this 5-game series. The Bees on the field defensively. Let's take them around to their positions. Reggie Willits is in left field. Tommy Murphy in center. And Jason Espito in right. Adam Paskovich at third. Eric Ibar at short. Howie Kendrick at second. And Mike Elward is at first. A battery of Stephen Shell pitching and Jeff Mathis catching. For Shell, this will be his 11th appearance of the year, his 10th start. In 59 innings, he's given up 54 hits, 21 runs, all of them earned. He has struck out 37 and walked 15. Shell has won 3 and lost 2 with a 3.20 earned run average. The PCL batting .252 against right-hander Stephen Shell. Shell, 6'5", 190 in his 6th year with a 90-mile-per-hour fastball, a curve, a changeup, and a splitter. These in their home whites with the black numerals and lettering trimmed in gold. Sacramento wearing their road grays with the burgundy numerals and lettering trimmed in gold and black. Again, a beautiful night for baseball here in Salt Lake City. Not a cloud in the sky. So that means a tough left side of the infield, left field, and center field with the sun here in the early portions of the ball game. And the Bees trying to make it 10 wins in a row to tie the franchise record set between June 8th and 18th during the 2000 season. If they do pick up the win, it would also be their 10th in a row at home, one shy of the franchise record set last year when the Stingers won 11 in a row here at Franklin Covey Field. So Stephen Shell finishing up his warm-up tosses out of the mound. Jeff Mathis about ready to throw the ball down to second base and will be ready to go on a brilliant Thursday evening here in Salt Lake City. Leading things off for the River Cats will be the shortstop Mark Kiger. Kiger batting .233, 8 doubles, 2 homers, and 13 runs batted in. Got off to a good start in the series yesterday by going 2 for 4 with 1 run scored. So Kiger strolling into the batter's box, and we're just about set to go. Stephen Shell goes to the rosin bag, grabs the bill of his cap, throws the rubber, and we're just about set to go. The outfield playing Kiger a bit towards left to pull. Shell into his motion for the first pitch of the ball game. Kiger shows bunt, and the breaking ball misses outside. Ball 1 as Shell begins his delivery. Everything from his neck on up is in the sunshine. The rest of his body is in the shade. Now the wind of the 1-0. Kiger swings and he misses 1-1. So in the process of his delivery, the ball in the glove will be in the shade, up into the sun, back down into the shade, and back up into the sun before it's released into the shadows. Got to be tough on the hitter right now as the 1-1 pitch comes home. Fastball strike, and it's 1-2. Tony DeFrancesco, the manager, coaching over at third base for the Sacramento River Cats. Coaching over at first base is infielder Andrew Beatty. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kiger. The pitch swung on and lifted foul. First base side onto the roof, and the count remains 1-2. Yeah, not much of a breeze here tonight. What little wind there is out of the northwest. So it's blowing out here at Franklin Covey Field. Kiger deep in the box awaits the 1-2. Swing and a miss at a curveball. He struck him out. 1 down here in the first. That'll bring up John Baker, the catcher. Baker batting .298, 6 doubles, 3 homers, 27 runs batted in. Baker did not play yesterday. He was in the original starting lineup, but was a late scratch. Hit .294 last year against Salt Lake pitching. Baker, a guy who has been in the A's organization for his entire career with the exception of 1 month. There's the pitch. Strike, a curveball in the inside corner above the knees, 0-1. He was claimed off waivers from Oakland by the Florida Marlins in December. And then in January, reclaimed off waivers by the A's from the Marlins. Now Shell winds the 0-1. Another breaking ball. This one misses inside of the belt, and that evens the count at 1-1. In just a short time we've been on, the sun has set just a little bit. The shadow of the upper deck now preventing the sun from even hitting the cap of the right-hander Shell. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Fastball a little bit high, and the count's 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. The outfield shaded towards left for Baker, a left-handed hitter. Now Shell rocks, kicks the 2-1. Swinging a tap foul behind home plate. That evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Game 2 of a 5-game series. Tomorrow night, Jared Weaver makes the start for the Bees against right-hander Ben Fritz for Sacramento. Dustin Mosley goes Saturday against 6-0 right-hander Jason Windsor. The 2-2 to Baker. Fastball high and away. Ball 3 fills the count at 3-2. He's not set on a starter yet for Sunday's game. Shane Comine will go for the River Cats before the Bees hit the road. 3-2 payoff pitch is pop foul, third base side out of play. Kafkevitz gives it a look, but it lands about 12 rows deep. So the count remains 3-2. Fortunately, the Bees in Sacramento are playing here this week and not in Sacramento where temperatures are around 106 to 107 degrees. 3-2 again to Baker. Swinging a ground ball, sharply hit and through into right field, a base hit. And so Baker aboard with a 1-out single, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Nate Espy. Espy batting .298, 12 doubles, 6 homers, 27 runs batted in. Espy 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI in the first inning yesterday. River Cats actually jumped out in front yesterday in the first, 2-0. As it turns out, those would be the only 2 runs that they would put on the board for the game. As the Bees came roaring back and won it 8-2. Infield double play depth behind Shell. The pitch on the way, and it's a fastball strike on the inside corner just under the belt. 0-1 to Espy. Espy last year in the Mariners organization at AA San Antonio, where he set a career high with 6 triples. Still looking for his first triple this year. Now Shell ready. The 0-1. Espy takes a slow curve over for a strike in the outside corner of the belt. 0-2, and Espy seems to be less than enthralled with the call. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Shadow of the upper deck, crisscrossing the infield. Behind the pitcher's mound now, but in front of second and third base. The 0-2, the runner takes off, and the pitch is fouled back. So Baker was on the move at first base, but Espy fouls it back onto the roof, so he'll head back to first, and the count remains 0-2. Steven Shell facing Sacramento for the first time. Won his last start against Las Vegas on the 17th. In the first game of the doubleheader, went 5 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs. No balls, 2 strikes on Espy. Shell sets and delivers. Fastball just missed outside above the knees, 1-2. Scott McLean, the third baseman, is due next. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Espy. Baker stretching out his lead at first base, being held on by Elwood. The 1-2. Swing and a miss to the fastball. He struck him out. Second strikeout of the inning for Shell, and there's 2 down here in the first. Brings up third baseman Scott McLean. Veteran in his 17th professional season, batting .250. 16 doubles, 12 homers, 45 runs batted in. McLean last night 2 for 4 with a pair of doubles. So a runner at first base, 2 out. Now Shell from the stretch ready, and the first pitch to McLean. Swung on, popped up foul to the right of home plate. That one's going to land on the roof. And the count's 0-1. McLean, originally a 22nd round draft pick of the Baltimore Orioles back in 1990. Signed with the Orioles. Turning down a football scholarship offer from USC to play quarterback. There's the 0-1 strike on an off-speed pitch, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. McLean wearing that protective shin guard on his left leg. Infield with 2 outs is dropped back. The outfield deep and around towards left. Now Shell ready. The 2-strike pitch to McLean. Instead, the turn of the toss to first. And Baker is back. No balls, 2 strikes to count on McLean. Just underway, 0-0 here in the first. A runner at first base, 2 outs. Now Shell ready with the 0-2. Just a little bit low, 1-2 the count as he missed with a splitter. Shell, born in Longview, Texas, the 23-year-old now lives in El Reno, Oklahoma. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Baker the lead at first. The 1-2 pitch. McLean swings and lifts it in the air towards center. Murphy in, now drifts back. He's there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. Sacramento 0. The Bees are coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
We're driving along with Safelite Auto Glass technician Dave.
Hi there.
Dave, I'm reading in this glossy brochure here, a nice photo of you, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
About Safelite's unbreakable service guarantee.
Yep, we're so confident with our service that if there's ever a problem, we'll go wherever you are and make it right.
Anywhere?
Safelite's guarantee goes with you, everywhere.
How about a home in Vegas?
You bet.
An office in Toledo?
Yep.
Hollywood?
Uh-huh.
Hollywood, Florida?
Yes, sir.
Anchorage?
We guarantee it across America. No other auto glass company could say that.
How about Mars? Will Safelite go to Mars, Dave?
Actually, we'll be glad to. Are you talking Mars, Pennsylvania, or Lamars, Iowa, or Mars Hill, North Carolina?
You sure know your stuff, Dave.
To fix your auto glass, call Safelite at 1-800-800-ASAP. 1-800-800-ASAP. Or go to safelite.com. That's SAFELITE.com to get a free instant quote and to schedule online. We're obsessed with auto glass.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or new TV, RC Willey is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat-panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. RC Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
We go to the bottom of the first inning, no score. And defensively for Sacramento, Richie Robnett in left, Charles Thomas in center, Jason Perry in right, Scott McLean at third, Mark Kiger at short, Keith Ginter at second, and Nate Espy is at first. A battery of Victor Moreno pitching and John Baker catching. For Moreno, this will be his 17th appearance, his 8th start in 48 and 2/3 innings. He's given up 51 hits, 28 runs, 26 of them earned. He has struck out 35 and walked 23. Moreno 2-2 with a 4.81 earned run average. The PCL batting .273 against right-hander Victor Moreno. Eric Ibar, the shortstop, to lead things off, batting .303, 10 doubles, 3 triples, 5 homers. 27 runs batted in. Ibar shows bunt and takes low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Moreno, 6 feet tall, 238 in his 9th year out of Puerto Caballo, Venezuela. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball strike, and the count's even on Ibar at 1-1. Last year in 5 relief appearances against the Singers, he was 1-0 with a 3.48 earned run average. McLean even with the bag at third, the 1-1. Breaking ball into the dirt, skipped by all the way back to the screen, and the count on Eric is 2 balls and 1 strike. Moreno last year, strictly a reliever for the River Cats, 49 appearances, 4-2 record with 2 saves and a 4.50 earned run average. 27-year-old right-hander, the 2-1 pitch is ripped up the middle and into center field, a base hit. So a rocket off the bat of Ibar to start things off here in the first. That'll bring up Reggie Willits, the left fielder. Willits batting .323. Good for ninth in the league. 13 doubles, 3 triples, 3 homers, 33 runs batted in. Willits 1 for 3 last night. Reggie has reached safely now in 32 consecutive home games by either a hit, a walk, or a hit by pitch. That's the longest home field on-base streak in the PCL this year. There's an active streak of 30 games by Jack Cuss of Portland, James Loney of Las Vegas, an active 28-game home streak. Eric Ibar at first. They'll keep an eye on him. 17 steals. He's been thrown out 9 times. Last year he was 49 out of 72. McLean creeping in at third. The pitch is low, ball 1. Want to know the count on Willits. Like Ibar, a switch hitter, batting left-handed against the righty, Victor Moreno. Moreno in his 9th year and with his 4th different organization. Good crowd starting to form here on a Thursday night. The toss to first, and Ibar's back in standing. 1 ball, no strikes. Tommy Murphy, another switch hitter, is due next. Now Moreno from the belt ready, and the 1-0 pitch to Willits. Breaking ball low, 2-0 the count on Reggie. Willits, a 7th-round pick out of Oklahoma in 2003. Catcher John Baker out. Well, this could be a big day tomorrow for a Bees outfielder. As tomorrow, apparently, Darren Erstad's going to decide whether he thinks he can continue or put himself on the disabled list. And if that's the case, the Angels will most likely bring up an outfielder. Most likely either Reggie Willits or Tommy Murphy. Toss to first, and Ibar dives back in safely. 2 balls, no strikes the count. Now Moreno from the belt ready, the 2-0. Willits swings and fouls it back off the screen, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Willits was up for about 10 days earlier this year, appeared in a pair of games, each time as a pinch runner. Murphy was up and played in 24 games, batting .243. Now the 2-1 pitch to Willits. Instead, the turn of the toss to first, and Ibar back in standing, gets the left foot in ahead of the tag of the first baseman Espy. Brian Harper, Bees manager, coaching at third base with Jim Efford, the hitting coach, over at first. Now Moreno sets the 2-1. Swung on, little flare into left field. Robnett doesn't see it right away, and it traps in front of him for a base hit. Juggles the ball, recovers, and Ibar shouts at second. Just a little flare into left field. Robnett got a very late break as he lost that one in the sun. And so the Bees have runners at first and second with nobody out. And with that base hit, Reggie Willits extends his home field on base streak to 33 games in a row. So the Bees, with a chance to jump out in front, have runners at first and second, nobody out for Tommy Murphy. Murphy hitting .336, 9 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, and 19 runs batted in. Murphy 2 for 4 with a double and 1 RBI last night. Again, the infield for Sacramento, double play depth up the middle. McLean even with a bag at third. Espy likewise over at first. Now Moreno's pitch to Murphy shows bunt and takes high, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Murphy with Howie Kendrick due next. Again, the Bees parent club, the Angels off today. They'll take on the Diamondbacks in Phoenix in the opener of a 3-game series tomorrow night. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Now the first baseman Espy playing in on the edge of the grass. McLean at third, the same. Murphy shows bunt and takes a fastball down the middle for a strike, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. No score, bottom of the first. The Bees threatening, though, with runners at first and second base and nobody out. Now the shortstop Kiger in behind Ibar at second base. Pounds the glove. Ibar drops back. Now the pitch. No sign of a bunt. Murphy crushes one to center. Thomas on his horse, racing back, going back. It's over his head as it one up the wall. Here comes Ibar around third. He will score. Willits in behind him. The throw to the plate, not in time. It's a 2-run double for Tommy Murphy, and the Bees take a 2-0 lead. Murphy with his 10th two-bagger and his 20th and 21st runs batted in on the season. So the first three batters for the Bees all with hits. And now Salt Lake with a runner at second base and nobody out. 2 runs in as the Bees lead it 2-0. That'll bring up Howie Kendrick, the second baseman, the league's leading hitter, batting .398, 23 doubles, 4 triples, 10 homers, and 49 runs batted in. Not only does he lead the league in average, he leads the league with 88 hits. He's tied for the league lead with 23 doubles. Leads in slugging percentage at .674. First pitch to Kendrick. Change up high, ball 1. Willett scoring on that double. He leads the league with 60 runs scored. 1 ball to count on Kendrick with Murphy out at second base, nobody out. The pitch. Kendrick takes low, ball 2. 2-0 the count with Jeff Mathis due next. So the Bees jumping out in front here in the first inning. On the season, they're 27-7 when scoring first. Now the 2-0. Curveball and at the knees, a strike 2-1. Bees have been able to get off to quick starts this season. Over the first 3 innings of the game, the Bees have now outscored their opposition 181-88. Now the 2-1 to Kendrick. Low and inside with an off-speed pitch. Ball 3. 3-1 the count. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first. The Bees have scored twice to lead it 2-0. 3-1 the count on Kendrick. Now Moreno from the belt, the pitch. It's high, ball 4, and so Kendrick draws the base on balls. And the Bees have runners at first and second with nobody out. Brings up Jeff Mathis. Mathis batting .310, 17 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, and 24 runs batted in. Mathis 1 for 4 last night. So now the pitching coach, Rich Rodriguez, out to the mound. Longtime pitching coach for the River Cats. I believe he's been the pitching coach for the River Cats in every season but one. As Mathis gets ready to stand in. The only year that he was not the pitching coach since the River Cats moved to Sacramento for the 2000 season, he managed the A's single-A team at Modesto in 2003. So runners at first and second base, nobody out. The meeting on the mound has adjourned. And Mathis at the plate. The infield double play depth behind Victor Moreno. From the stretch, the right-hander's first pitch to Mathis. He shows punt and takes the splitter low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. By showing bunt, that now draws McLean even with the bag at third, and Espy the same over at first base. Which, if Brian Harper takes the bunt off, opens up some holes on that infield. Now Moreno set, and the 1-0 pitch to Mathis. Swung on, popped up foul. First base side, that's going to find its way deep into the lower deck. And the count's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. So Jeff Mathis standing in, looking up the line at manager Brian Harper for the side. Mathis with an 8-game hitting streak working coming into this game, his second longest of the year. He hit safely in his first 13 games after coming down from the Angels. 1-1 pitch. Mathis grounds 1 foul just outside the bag at third. And the count's 1-2. Curtis Pride, the designated hitter, is due next. And the Bees trying for their 10th win in a row to tie the franchise record. Lead it 2-0, but certainly a long way to go in this one. Now Moreno set. The 1-2 to Mathis. The runners are going. The pitch is high and inside. The throw to third, and out at third on a caught ceiling is Tommy Murphy. Kendrick goes to second on what would be a fielder's choice. And for Tommy Murphy, his tough luck on the base paths continues. Again, he was 3 for 3 in the stolen base department while with the Angels. Here at the AAA level, he is he has 3 stolen bases, but he's been thrown out now 10 times. And now the count on Mathis is even at 2-2 with Kendrick at second base and 1 out. Now Moreno from the stretch the pitch. Her ball, strike 3 called at the knees. So Mathis caught looking, and there's 2 down here in the first. Brings up Curtis Pride. Pride batting .363, 15 doubles, 3 homers, 25 runs batted in. He's just slightly dropped out of contention for the batting race with too few a number of plate appearances, but he's just below the necessary minimum. Curtis 1 for 3 with a double. He's hit safely in 9 straight games, his longest hitting streak of the year. Batting .600 over the last 10 games. First pitch to Curtis. Swinging a ground ball right side. Ginter gobbles it up on the 4th hop. The flip to first. And that'll do it for the Bees in the first inning. But they score 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors, and 1 runner was left on base. So at the end of 1, it's the Bees 2, Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
Think you can hit that can? You mean on that porch over there? Yeah. Watch this. Oh, Technoglass. Get out of here, man.
At the Technoglass.
When the road takes revenge on your windshield, call Technoglass. Rock chip repair, only $19.95.
Nolan hits it. The center fielder back way past the warning track into the parking lot. Oh, Technoglass, right. Another shattered windshield is time to call Technoglass.
Technoglass does windshield repair, and they do it right. Custom replacement, and you're ready to go in about an hour. Rock chip repair, you're ready to go in minutes. Visit any of the 10 convenient Technoglass locations across the Wasatch Front.
When that rock hits your windshield,
Technoglass!
think Technoglass. We're clearly the best.
Being inducted into the Hall of Fame is the ultimate after you had a successful major league career. Of course, I took 4 years out for World War II. I joined the Navy 2 days after Pearl Harbor, and I'm very proud to be an American and hope I've been a good one.
Relive your fondest memories of Bob Feller and see his Hall of Fame plaque at the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. For more information, visit us on the web at baseballhalloffame.org or call 888-HALL-OF-FAME.
We go to the second inning. Bees leading by a score of 2-0. It'll be Jeremy Brown, Keith Ginter, and Jason Perry. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up in the River Cats batting order to face right-hander Stephen Shell. Jeremy Brown batting .282 to lead things off. 5 doubles, 6 homers, 18 runs batted in. 0 for 2 with an RBI last night. As he swings and lifts one foul back over the roof to the right of home plate, strike 1. Drove in a run with a sacrifice fly, and he was also hit in the flip by a pitch. No balls, 1 strike to count. Brown, right-handed batter, awaits the 0-1. A little bit high with an off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Brown. A first-round pick by the A's in 2002, a sandwich pick. 35th selection overall out of the University of Alabama. The 1-1 pitch, check swing foul off to the right of home plate. And the count on Brown is 1-2. Stephen Shell, 3rd-round pick of the Angels in 2001. Rated the number 15 prospect before the season began. In the Angels organization by Baseball America. 1-2 to Brown. Swung on, lifted down the right field line. Slicing near the Bees bullpen and out of play. So we'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good crowd on hand here on a Thursday night. And the Bees off on the road for 8 days starting Monday. So make plans to come on out either tomorrow night, Saturday night, both games at 7, or Sunday at 2. More great weather forecast for the rest of this series. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count as Shell delivers. Swinging a ground ball past second base and into center field, and Jeremy Brown's aboard with a leadoff single. Hit number 2 for the River Cats, and that'll bring up Keith Ginter, the second baseman. Ginter batting .283, 16 doubles, 5 homers, 36 runs batted in. 1 for 4 with a double last night. Sacramento Ball Club can score runs. They're batting .273, 5th in the league. Their 369 runs scored is 5th in the PCL. First pitch to Ginter, swung on and popped up behind first base. Elward back, Kendrick coming over. Mike Elward is there, and he'll one-handed in foul territory for the out. One away, Brown holds at first base. A towering high pop fly, but Elward in control all the way. Backpedal his way maybe about 15 feet to the left of the home plate area and the Bees bullpen down the right field line. So about halfway between the foul line and home plate of the bullpen. Here's Jason Perry, the right fielder, batting .263. 4 doubles, a triple, 5 homers, 22 runs batted in. 2 for 4 last night against the Bees. Pair of flare singles into left field. First pitch outside Fanese. Ball 1 to the left-handed batter, who was a Texas League All-Star last year. 22 homers, 77 runs batted in for Midland. Round at first base, 1 out, the pitch. Fouled off, third base side, quickly into the upper deck to our left, and the count's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Boy, the weather on this homestand has been unbelievable. A lot of fans out tonight enjoying it, some of them spreading blankets out in the berm area, enjoying the sun. The 1-1 pitch, swinging a foul, back into the screen, 1-2. Not to mention the fact you bring your blanket, you spread out, get yourself comfortable out there, and it's only $6 per person out on the berm. 1-2 the count on Perry, with Charles Thomas due next. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Shell from the stretch to kick the pitch. Swinging a tap foul. Perry was out in front of a splitter. 1-2 the count. 2-0 Bees. We're in the top of the second inning. Infield for Salt Lake, a double play depth behind Stephen Shell. Now Shell ready. Mathis the sign down. The target up. The 1-2 pitch is low and outside. A ball, 2-2. Don't forget, if you're between the ages of 8 and 13, you can help me call the action from the press box as the Great Clips Junior broadcaster. Enter to win at any Wasatch Front Great Clips location. Relax. It's Great Clips. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Shell's pitch. Swung on line into center field, a base hit. Played on the hop by Tommy Murphy in center field, and Jeremy Brown will stop at second base. So now the River Cats have something brewing with runners at first and second. 1 out, and the batter will be the center fielder, Charles Thomas. Thomas batting .279, 4 doubles, a triple, 1 homer, 20 runs batted in. He did not play in yesterday's game. Thomas acquired from the Braves in December of 2004 as a part of the Tim Hudson deal. Speedy left-handed batter, the pitch. Swing and a foul, back to the screen, strike 1. Infield for the Bees, a double play depth, except for Patkovich. He's even with the bag at third base. 0-1 the count on Thomas. As the River Cats try to answer the Bees, 2 run in the bottom of the first. They still had a runner at second, nobody out, but could not provide any more offense. As Shell delivers the 0-1, swinging a ground ball to first, back for it is Elward, gloves it towards the line, turns and underhands it to Shell in time for the out. Good play by Elward, drifting towards the line. The only play he had was at first base, but he gets Thomas for out number 2. On to third goes Brown. Perry advances to second. That brings up Richie Robnett, playing in just his second AAA game. Last night was his first. He went 0 for 3. He was brought up from single-A Stockton in the California League, where he was batting .266 with 11 homers, 38 runs batted in. The tying runs in scoring position for Sacramento with 2 out. The pitch, a curveball strike on the inside corner, just below the bell, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The outfield shading Robnett towards left. Now Shell ready, the 0-1. Lifted foul, third base side, onto the roof, out of play, and now Shell's ahead of Rob Nett, 0-2. Rob Nett, a first-round pick of Oakland in 2004, the 26th selection overall out of Fresno State. No balls, 2 strikes the count on the left-hand batter. Now Shell ready, the 0-2. Swinging a slow roller foul at the first base side, and the count remains 0-2. River Cats come in at 36 and 37 in third place in the Pacific South. 10 full games behind the red-hot Tucson Sidewinders. No balls, 2 strikes. Shell's pitch. Fastball up and in. Leans Rob Neptak out of the way. Ball 1. 1-2 the count. 2-0 Salt Lake in the second, but the River Cats are threatening. Now Shell ready. The 1-2. Just missed inside, just below the belt. Shell took a step towards the dugout at first. He thought he had a called third strike. But Chris Guccione disagrees, and the count's even at 2-2. And I guess Guccione's opinion is the only one that matters behind the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball right side. Scooped up by Kendrick on the third hop. The sidearm toss to first, and that'll do it for the River Cats here in the second. No runs, 2 hits, 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. The Bees 2 and Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees Baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
We go to the bottom of the second inning. Bees 2, River Cats nothing. Bottom third of the Salt Lake batting order due up. Mike Elward, Jason Espedo, and Adam Paskovich to face right-hander Victor Moreno. Mike Elward to lead things off, batting .276. 6 doubles, 2 homers, 21 runs batted in. Elward last night, 2 for 4. A double, a homer, and 3 runs batted in. So Victor Moreno's first pitch, and Elward takes low, ball 1. That was Elward's first home run for the Bees since the team was in Omaha in mid-May. The 1-ball pitch. Swinging a slow roller foul at the third base side, and the count's even at 1-1. If a Bees player hits for the cycle at home this season during a regulation 9-inning game, you could win $10,000 in the SMC Capital Management Hit for the Cycle contest, courtesy of Gary Geege of SMC Capital Management. Register to win at the Franklin Covey Field Customer Service booth, and don't forget to check out www.retirementsource.net for more information on SMC Capital Management, Architects of Wealth. As Moreno misses high with a fastball, and the count on Mike Elward is 2-1. Keeping an eye on that St. Louis White Sox game. 2-1 pitch is ripped through the hole into left field, a base hit. So Mike Elward aboard with a leadoff single. A hit is something that Chicago does not have. through 6 1/3 innings against Cardinal starter Anthony Reyes, just up from Memphis. However, he hasn't gotten any offensive support. It's the Cardinals nothing and the White Sox nothing in the 7th inning. But again, Anthony Reyes for St. Louis has a no-hitter through 6 1/3 innings. Here's Jason Espedo in his first ever career AAA at-bat. He was hitting .266 in 60 games for AA Arkansas. First pitch on the way is pulled down the right field line, but foul into the front row, down by the Bees bullpen for strike one. 10 doubles, 11 homers, 30 runs batted in for Espedo, who's acquired for financial consideration on February 7th of 2003 from the White Sox organization. The 0-1. Fastball high, 1-1, and the no-hitter for Reyes, just as soon as we brought it up, is no longer intact as Jim Thome just hit his 24th home run of the year, and the White Sox in the 7th lead the Cardinals 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Low and away, ball 2 from the left-handed batter. We'll give you a complete rundown of all the scores in the PCL and Major League Baseball on our ABRA scoreboard in the top of the 3rd inning. Here it's 2-0 Bees. Bottom of the 2nd, a runner at first, nobody out. Moreno's pitch to Espedo, swing and a miss, 2-2. Espedo, 27 years old, born in Chicago, lives in Itasca, Illinois, a western suburb. Originally a 9th round pick of the White Sox in 2000 out of Loyola Marymount. 2 balls, 2 strikes, Moreno's pitch. Swing and a tap foul as Espedo was out in front of a changeup. And so the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Elwood at first, nobody out, bottom of the 2nd, 2-0 Bees. Infield at double play depth behind Moreno. Now the veteran right-hander deals. Espedo reaches out and chops it foul, fielded cleanly by manager Brian Harper over at third, and tosses the ball to a fan. Moreno, in his last start, was not involved in the decision at home on June 16th against Tacoma. Gave up only 1 run on 4 hits in 6 innings. He has a loss and 3 no decisions in his last 4 starts. The 2-2 pitch low and outside fills the count on Espedo at 3-2. His last win was on May 25th at home against Iowa. Started out the year in the bullpen. This is his 8th consecutive start. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Espedo. Throw to first base, and Elwood's back in standing. Adam Pavkovich, the third baseman, is due next. Outfield playing Espedo to pull towards right. Now Moreno's payoff pitch. Elwood doesn't go, and it's popped up in back of short. Tiger, the shortstop, about 15 feet backpedaling on the outfield grass, fighting the sun, but he makes the catch for out number 1. So Espedo retired. Brings up Adam Pavkovich, batting .226, 6 doubles, a triple, 6 homers, 21 runs batted in. Did not play in yesterday's game. So Pavkovich at the plate. 6 for 29 on the homestand, with a homer and 4 RBIs since the Bees came home a week ago Monday. This is a 2-week-long homestand, the longest homestand of the year. Moreno's curveballs underneath the knees, a strike, 0-1. It'll wind up being 14 games in 14 days. 1 strike on Pavkovich. Moreno the toss to first, and Elwood scampers back. He's right now 9-1 on the homestand after losing the first game against Fresno. The 0-1 pitch bounces in, blocked by the catcher Baker. Elwood breaks late and is an easy out at second base. 2-4 on the out as he broke with that ball in the dirt. But it was smothered by Baker, and he had a strong throw on the money at second base, and Elwood was out by 10 feet. So the count on Pavkovich is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-0 Bees here in the second inning. The pitch. Pavkovich takes the curveball over for a strike, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the pitch. Irv low again, 2-2 the count. The Bees on this 10-game homestand so far as a team batting .351 on this homestand. The pitch, breaking ball just inside of the knees, and that fills the count on Pavkovich at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Adam with those feet spread apart, straightaway stance. Now Moreno into his windup, the 3-2 delivery. Low and outside, ball 4. Second walk issued by Moreno, and the Bees have a runner at first with 2 outs. Brings up Eric Ibar, who singled and scored in the first inning. So runner at first base, 2 outs for the Bees here in the bottom of the second inning. And tomorrow night, Jared Weaver gets his second start from being sent down. Now Moreno ready, and the first pitch to Ibar. Instead, the turn of the toss to first, and Pavkovich dives back in safely. Of course, a big powwow going on today in Phoenix with Angels owner Artie Moreno, general manager Bill Stoneman, Mike Scioscia, the manager of the Angels, has an entire coaching staff to see how they can turn things around. They're 8 games under 500 and 7 games behind first place. But still plenty of time in the season to get things going again. They just have to figure out how. Probably going over some trade possibilities. First pitch to Ibar. Fastball just outside of the belt, ball 1. A lot of names being bandied about in the Southern California media. One that's rather intriguing is the big first baseman for the Milwaukee Brewers, Carlos Lee. Question is, what would Milwaukee ask for in return? The Angels' depth is obviously starting pitching. The 1-0 pitch, low and inside to Ibar, ball 2. They got the 5-man rotation with the Angels. Jared Weaver, probably the 6th man. Joe Saunders, the 7th man. Two and 0 the count on Ibar. The pitch swung on and skied to right field, but Jason Perry backpedaling is underneath it, and about 10 feet in front of the warning track, he'll make the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. 1 runner was left on base. We go to the third. It's the Bees 2 and Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
Car, truck, and SUV buyers. 0% financing is back at the 0% Plus HQ. Larry H. Miller Dodge and Chrysler Jeep at the Southtown Auto Mall. Want 0% long-term financing? You got it. Want more than that? With 0% Plus, you got that too. Only Larry H. Miller Dodge and Chrysler Jeep will offer long-term financing as low as 0% on select top Dodge Ram trucks. Plus, give you a $1,000 gas card from Sinclair. Plus, a free Larry H. Miller entertainment package. Plus, offer a maintenance program with free oil changes. Plus, a 300,000-mile warranty. If it's a Jeep you're after, get long-term financing from 0% on our new Liberties, Grand Cherokees, and Commanders. Plus a $1,000 gas card, free entertainment package, and a maintenance plan offer. There's only one 0% Plus program in Utah, and it's only at your 0% Plus HQ. Larry H. Miller Dodge and Chrysler Jeep, just off the 106 South exit in Sandy. The guy you know in the Southtown Auto Mall. OHC dealer for details.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the best tire warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. Big O's free replacement warranty is the best in the business and gives you free services with your tires like balancing, rotating, and flat repair. Plus, with Big O Tires speed lane service, you can have your tires mounted, balanced, and on your vehicle in 20 minutes or less. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Finally go to the third, 2-0 Bees. Top of the order, 2 up for the River Cats. Mark Kiger, John Baker, and Nate Espy to face right-hander Steven Shell. Kiger struck out swinging his first time up. It's also time for our Abra scoreboard here in the third. An update on all that's happening in the PCL and the major leagues tonight. First pitch on the way. Kiger takes a fastball high, ball 1. In the Pacific Coast League, they are in the bottom of the fifth at Round Rock. Nashville out in front of the Express 2-0. Round Rock comes into the night having won 8 in a row. 1-0 pitch is lined in the left center field, a base hit. Played on the third hop out there by Tommy Murphy as he cuts it off and holds Kiger to a single. Hit number 4 for Sacramento in the ball game. Brings up John Baker, who grounded a single to right in his first plate appearance. At Oklahoma in the bottom of the seventh, the Red Hawks trail New Orleans still 1-0 on Mike Bento's 7th home run of the year for the Zephyrs in the second inning. At Iowa in the 6th inning, the Cubs lead Omaha 7-4. Shell from the stretch, the toss to first, and Kiger is back. Former Buzz outfielder Chad Allen with his 8th home run of the year for Omaha. Albuquerque and Memphis still a 0-0 ball game with the Isotopes batting in the top of the 7th. Now Shell, the first pitch to Baker, swung on, grounded into right field. Another base hit for Baker. Taking the turn and holding at second base is Kiger. And so back-to-back singles open the third for the River Cats. Another seeing eye grounder for Baker, and that'll bring up Nathan Espy, who struck out swinging his first time up. Later on, Las Vegas is at Tucson, Fresno hosts Colorado Springs, and Portland is at Tacoma. One game in the National League today. Pedro Martinez and the Mets beat Cincinnati 6-2. David Wright with a pair of home runs for the Mets. Infield double play depth as the first pitch to Espy is swung at and foul. Back into the upper deck, strike one. 0-1 the count. Ninth inning at Baltimore. The Orioles lead Florida 5-1 as they snap to 1-all tie with a 4-run 8. 2 home runs in that ball game for Ramon Hernandez. Bottom of the 7th at Atlanta. The Braves lead Toronto 2-1. No balls, 1 strike on Espy. Now Shell's pitch. Breaking ball inside. 1-1 the count as Espy leans back out of the way. 8th inning at Chicago. The White Sox won St. Louis 0 as Jim Tomei broke up a no-hit bid by Anthony Reyes with a solo homer with 1 out in the 7th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Now Shell's pitch to the right-hand batter. Ripped up the middle and into center field, a base hit. Here comes Kiger being waved around third. Murphy's throw to the plate, cut off. Throw to third. They've got the runner Baker out at third base. Good job by Elward cutting off that throw and tossing to Papchevich for the easy out on Baker. As Espy holds at first with an RBI single, and that makes it a 2-1 ball game. 8-3-5 on the put out of Baker at third base. So 1 out, a runner at first, a run, and it's now a 2-1 ball game in favor of the Bees. And the batter will be Scott McLean, who flied out to Tommy Murphy in center field his first time up. The pitch to McLean, swung on, popped up foul, first base side. Elward gives it a look at first, but it's going to land about 8 rows behind the dugout. So the count is 0-1 on McLean. After 6 in Houston, Minnesota leads Roger Clemens and the Astros 3-0. Justin Morneau with his 18th home run of the year for Minnesota. Seattle taking on the Dodgers later tonight in Los Angeles. King Felix for Seattle and Brett Tomko, the former Mariner, for the Dodgers. Earlier today, Tampa Bay beat Arizona 4-1. Texas edged San Diego 5-3. The former River Cat John Reinecker the win. 0-1 to McLean. Fastball in on his fifth, and he fouls it back into a sweep. Hey, nice catch by the young lady in the front row of Suite 9. No balls and 2 strikes. Getting a nice ovation over there. And some high fives. No balls, 2 strikes to count on McLean. The pitch. Swing and a foul back into the screen. Still 0-2. Kansas City walloped Pittsburgh 15-7. The Royals scored in every inning but the third. Former Taylorsville High School catcher John Buck hits his 5th home run of the season for Kansas City. Now the 0-2 again to McLean. Swing and a miss, and a breaking ball. He struck him out. Strikeout number 3 for Stephen Shell. 2 down here in the third, and that'll bring up Jeremy Brown, who singled to center field his first time up. 2-1 ball game in favor of the Bees here in the third. Sacramento with the potential tying run at first and 2 down. Now with 2 outs, the infield drops back. The first pitch to Brown. Breaking ball strike on the inside corner above the knees. 0-1 as Shell started that inside and brought it back over the corner. 0-1 the count on Brown. SP at first does not have a stolen base attempt this year. The 0-1 pitch just outside at the knees. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3 straight singles to open up the inning. Got the River Cats on the board, but an over-anxious John Baker was thrown out trying to go to third after the throw was cut off in the middle of the infield. The 1-1 pitch swung on and sliced foul deep down the right field line off the facing of the roof and carrying back down below, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-1 Salt Lake, even though they've been out hit by the River Cats to this point. 6-4. Now Shell ready. The 1-2 pitch. Instead, the sidearm toss to first. And Espy's back in, standing up. 1-2 the count on Brown. A catcher by trade, DHing in this ball game. Likes the DH role, batting .385 as a designated hitter, beginning the game. A 1-2 pitch inside as he jackknifes to get out of the way, and that evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On Jeremy Brown. Now Shell stares in, gets his sign from Mathis. The 2-2. Punts into right field, a base hit. On to second base, SP. He'll hold there as the right fielder Espedo fires at him. That's 4 singles here in the third inning for Sacramento. They have runners at first and second with 2 out for Keith Ginter, who fouled out to the first baseman, Mike Elwood, his first time up. Okay, the pitch count is starting to pile up here in the early going on Steven Shell. 2 on, 2 out, 1 in for Sacramento here in the third. The veteran Keith Ginter awaits the first pitch from Shell. Slow curve in at the knees, a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Unofficially, Shell already here in the third inning at 57 pitches. 1 strike to count on Ginter. SP the tying run at second. There's a pitch driven into center field. Murphy going back, still going back at the warning track, jumps at the wall and makes the catch to save 2 runs from scoring. Tommy drifting back, timed his jump perfectly and hauled it in, and that could very well be our Mountains West Ranches defensive play of the game. We'll let you know during the 10th inning show. 1 run out of all that, 4 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. As we go to the bottom of the third, the Bees 2 and Sacramento 1 on ESPN 1230.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med1 today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold maintenance program and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Hi, this is Ned Siegfried of Siegfried & Jensen. We all know Utah is a great sports state. Siegfried & Jensen is a proud sponsor of virtually all of Utah's professional teams, the Jazz, the Bees, the Blaze, the Grizzlies, and Real Soccer. In sports, winning is important. The same is true if you've been injured in an accident. To help ensure victory if you've been injured, you need a winning legal team on your side. Call us at Siegfried and Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried and Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
We go to the bottom of the third. The Bees' lead's been cut to a run. It's 2-1 Salt Lake. Reggie Willett, Tommy Murphy, and Howie Kendrick, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, due up to face right-hander Victor Moreno. Willett singled the left and scored in the first inning. First pitch from Moreno is down the middle of strike 0-1. Willett slipped it a shallow fly to left that Richie Robnett did not pick up right away, and as he lost it in the sun. No balls, 1 strike the count on Willett. Now Moreno's pitch. Willett shows bunt. The changeup misses high. Ball 1. Again, the Bees touched Moreno for 2 runs in the first. First time in 3 starts that Moreno's given up more than 1 run. Now the pitch. Low for a ball, 2-1. His earned run average is about a run and a half lower on the road than it is at home. Both of his decisions have been at home. 2-2 with a 5.34, no decisions, and a 3.78 ERA on the road, away from Wrigley Field. 2-1 pitch to Reggie. Willett takes inside at the knees, a breaking ball, 3-1 the count to the left-hand batter. And Willett, a keen eye at the plate, leads the team with 46 walks. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a foul back to the screen as he had a hack at a fastball, and that fills the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Outfield playing Reggie to pull in center field, but straight away in left and right, so there's a big alley for Willett to drive the ball to in left center. 3-2 payoff pitch. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, backhanded on the second hop by Ginter, drops it, picks it up, throws to first, not in time. A hard 2-hopper. Ginter was there. He backhanded the ball, but the ball squirted out of the webbing of his glove onto the ground, and with Reggie's speed, that cost him, and that'll be an error on Keith Ginter. So a runner at first base, nobody out. Sacramento, one of the best fielding teams in the league. That's only their 54th error. They came into the game tied for second fewest in the league at 53 with Round Rock. Tacoma has the fewest with 50. Now here's Tommy Murphy with a 2-run double his first time up. A pitch out, but Willits wasn't going, and the count's 1-0. Again, Murphy, a 2-run double in his first at-bat, but was thrown out trying to steal third base on the front end of a double steal. Now the 1-ball pitch to Murphy. Instead, the turn of the toss to first, and Willits is back. Reggie with 20 stolen bases, third in the league. One ball, no strikes. Throw to first, and the runner's back. Want to know the count? Now Moreno set the pitch. Murphy takes a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bees second in the league with 85 steals, behind Nashville at 118, but they're 56 caught stealings, the highest in the league. Nashville next with 38. The 1-1 pitch, and Murphy fouls it back off the screen, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's leading 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. They've been out hit 7-4. Bumble trying to get the fans into the hand clapping mood. The toss to first, and Willits is back. Infield double play, depth behind Moreno. Runner at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Now Moreno from the stretch, the pitch. Swung on and fouled as Murphy waited back at a changeup, but waited a little bit too long and left it to the left in the upper deck. So the count remains 1-2. And the Bees in Sacramento have been meeting since the River Cats came into the league in 2000 after relocating from Vancouver. River Cats with a 43-38 edge in the all-time series. Pitch out on the 1-2, but Willits isn't going, and that evens the count at 2-2. The two teams split the 16-game series last season. 2-2, the count on Murphy. Now Moreno stares in, gets his sign. A right-hander ready, and the 2-2 pitch to Murphy. Willits takes off, and it's tap foul at home plate. So we'll do it again. At 2-2, Howie Kendrick, the second baseman, is due next. 2-2, the count on Murphy. Willits at first, reaching on the error by the second baseman, Ginter. His 7th of the year. 2-2 on Murphy as Moreno steps off and looks Reggie Willits back to the bag at first. Now Moreno set. The throw to first, and Willits dives back in safely. 2-2 the count. Don't forget tomorrow on 1320 KFAN at 3, it's Bees Clubhouse. Adrian Denny and myself. The 2-2, Willits takes off. Murphy swings and lines one up the alley in left center field. Thomas on his horse, races over and makes the shoulder-high catch. Willits hustles back to first base. Murphy hit it well into left center field, but Thomas with a good break back, able to run it down for the first out of the inning. So 1 out. That'll bring up Howie Kendrick, who walked his first time up. So runner at first base, 1 out now here in the third. And Kendrick with the base on balls his first time up. He was 2 for 4 yesterday with a home run. The pitch, Kendrick takes low, ball 1. Has a 4-game hitting streak coming into the ball game. He's had a pair of 11-game hitting streaks this year. One ball, no strikes. Now Moreno's pitch. Willits takes off. The pitch is low. The throw to second base, and out at second base on the caught stealing is Willits. Reggie not happy. Looked like he got the foot in ahead of the tag, but no, it was the second base umpire, Scott Chamberlain. Well, it's the old adage in baseball. It seems like on a caught stealing, if the runner is beaten by the throw, he's going to be called out whether the tag is there or not. Seems like 90% of the time on a replay on a major league game, an out at second base on a caught stealing should have been safe. The 2-0 pitch, Kendrick takes down the middle of strike 2 and 1. So these continuing to run into trouble on the base paths. They're 0 for 3 in the stolen base department this year. The pitch is fouled off, first base side out of play, 2-2. I should say tonight. They are 0 for 3 in the stolen base department. Now the 2-2. Change up is high, and it fills the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Kendrick now with 2 outs and nobody on base. As Moreno deals. Swung on up the alley in right center field. Perry going back at the edge of the track, makes the running catch to retire the side. No runs in the third, no hits and error with the caught stealing. Nobody left on base. At the end of 3, it's the Bees 2 and Sacramento 1 on ESPN 1230.
Hey, this is Dan, a laptop man for PC Laptops. A lot of people wonder how we build the best laptops and desktops on the planet. Well, here's how we do it. We handpick only the most rock-solid quality parts that we can find. The strange thing is that almost every other computer company commercial you hear talks about how cheap their computers are, but no one ever says they build the highest quality computer, well, except for PC Laptops. Why is that? Because a lot of companies are embarrassed to tell you what kind of parts or in your desktop or laptop computer. Because they put absolutely the cheapest, crappiest parts that they can find into the computer. Then they try to sell you some ridiculous extended warranty. I believe a computer should come with a great warranty. And that's why every PC, laptop, desktop comes with a PC, laptop, lifetime service guarantee for free. You can simply visit any one of our 8 stores and we'll take care of you in person. Yes, you get a real human being. And to make it extra fluffy, we're doing 0 down, 0 payments, 0 interest for half a year. Get into any one of our 8 locations right now and feel the love, because at PC Laptop, we love you.
Strike three. A no-hitter, a perfect game for Don Larson. Yogi Berra runs out there. He leaps on Larson, and he's swarmed by his teammates. Listen to this crowd roar.
Classic baseball is back. The Salt Lake Bees. Now, students can get a pass to all 72 Bees games this summer for the incredible price of just $25. That's only 35 cents a game. Call 325-BASE to get your student pass today. The Salt Lake Bees. Classic baseball is back.
Finally, going down to the 4th inning, 2-1 in favor of the Bees. Jason Perry, Charles Thomas, and Richie Robnett. 2 up for the River Cats here in the 4th inning in a 2-1 ball game. Jason Perry single to center field his first time up. River Cats with 7 hits in the first 3 innings, yet only 1 run. As the Bees lead it by a score of 2-1. Steven Shell's first pitch. That's a fastball high, ball 1. Just a reminder, all kids 14 and under can stop by the Larry H. Miller Chevrolet store at 5650 South State Street in Murray and enter to win a chance to be the honorary bat kid of the Bees home game. Larry H. Miller Chevrolet. After all, you know this guy. Change up strike on the outside half of the plate, letter high, and the count on the left-hand hitting Perry. 1 ball and 1 strike. Very red hot at Double-A Midland at the time of his promotion to Sacramento. 1-1 pitch is low, ball 2. He was batting .402 for Midland. Through 28 games with 4 homers and 17 runs batted in. Top of the 4th inning, 2-1 Bees. Now Shell winds the 2-1 pitch. Top foul coming back and out of play. Hits the facing of the roof and bounces all the way back downstairs, all around the place. And finally someone with a souvenir. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Shell's pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him on a splitter, it looked like. That is the 4th strikeout for Steven Shell in the ball game. A reminder, if the Bees pitching staff combines to strike out 10 or more batters in a 9-inning game tonight, Cal Solio Distributors and Kendall Oil will donate $125 to the Multiple Sclerosis Society of Utah. Here's Charles Thomas, who bounced out to Mike Elwood at first his initial time up. First pitch from Shell, swung on, chopped over the mound. Ibar at short, charging, backhanding, and throwing on the run to first in time for the out. Nicely done by Eric Ibar on the slow high bouncer against the speedy Charles Thomas. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Richie Robnett, grounded out to the second baseman Kendrick his first time up. That came with runners at second and third and 2 out. So 2 outs, bases empty, the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to first, up with it Elwood. He'll take it himself, 6 steps to the bag, and that retires the side. And for the first time tonight, Steven Shell has a 3-up, 3-down inning. Brought to you by Keith Barton and Associates. 1, 2, 3, it's just that easy. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Bees 2 and Sacramento 1 on ESPN 1230.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or a new TV, R.C. Willey is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat-panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. R.C. Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Bees 2, Sacramento 1. It'll be Jeff Mathis, Curtis Pride, and Mike Elwood. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up in the Salt Lake batting order to face right-hander Victor Moreno. Mathis to lead things off. Jeff called out on strikes his first time up. First pitch is high, ball 1. 1-0 the count on the right-hand batter. 2 runs on 4 hits for Salt Lake. 1 run on 7 hits for Sacramento. The 1-0 to Mathis. First ball into the dirt, 2-0 the count. Moreno last year pitched us 1, 2, 3, 6th inning at the AAA All-Star game at Raleigh Field for the PCL. 2 balls, no strikes the pitch. Fastball high, ball 3. 3-0 the count on Mathis. Only sliver of sun on the field of play is out in right center field. Still bright sunshine shining on most of the berm in left field. A 3-0 pitch to Mathis. Down the middle is striking at 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike the count on Mathis. Now Moreno deals. Swung on, lifted in the air towards center. Thomas drifting back, draws a bead on it, backpedals and makes the catch. 4 out number 1. So Mathis is retired. Here's Curtis Pride, grounded out to the second baseman Ginter his first time up. Time now for a look at this date in Salt Lake TCL history, brought to you by Med1 Medical, the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold. On this date in 1996, LaTroy Hawkins, who's now with the Baltimore Orioles, pitches all 10 innings, a team record, in a 2-1 loss to Calgary. Hawkins takes the loss on a 2-out run-scoring single by Cannon second baseman Kevin Polkovich. First pitch to Pride. Fastball in at the knees, a strike 0-1. This date in Salt Lake TCL history, brought to you by Med1 Medical. Stop in for a free CPAP pressure check and free tubing. Med1 Medical, 10712 South 13th East in Sandy. 1 strike the count on Pride as Moreno deals. Swung on, drilled into center field, a base hit. And with that, Curtis extends his hitting streak to 10 straight games. Hit number 5 in the ball game for the Bees, and that'll bring up Mike Elwood, who sent a sharp grounder through the hole into left field his first time up. So runner at first base, 1 out. Diamondbacks today recall pitcher Edgar Gonzalez from Tucson, optioning reliever Casey Daigle back to the Sidewinders. So a brief visit to the Diamondbacks for Daigle. So 1 out, a runner at first base. The throw over, and Curtis is back. Curtis, 16 out of 18 in the stolen base department this year. But again, Don Baker behind the plate has thrown out all 3 would-be base stealers tonight for the Bees. The pitch to Elwood is low, a fastball 1-0. Blue Jays activated A.J. Burnett from the 60-day disabled list. His Blue Jays lead Atlanta 3-2 in the 8th. 1 ball on Elwood. The pitch. Swing and a foul. Glancing off the glove of the catcher Baker back to the screen. And the count's even at 1-1. Marlins activated outfielder Josh Willingham from the 15-day DL, outfitting outfielder Chris Aguila back to the Isotopes. And again, the Astros purchased the contract of Roger Clemens from Round Rock. Clemens starting tonight for the Astros against Minnesota. The 1-1 pitch, low and inside a ball. 2-1 the count on Elwood. Not going well for the Rocket. He's out of the ball game as the Twins lead the Astros 4-0 in the 8th. as the catcher, John Baker, went to the mound to have a quick word with Moreno, stopped on his way back, and has a few more words for Moreno as Baker heads back behind home plate. That's a final in Chicago. The White Sox got one hit the entire game. And that was a one-out home run by Jim Thome in the 7th as the Sox beat the Cardinals 1-0. Now the 2-1 pitch, instead the turn of the toss to first, and Pride is back. 2 balls, 1 strike the count on Elwood. The infield double play, depth behind Moreno. The 2-1 pitch, low and outside, backhanded by Baker, 3-1. Both pitchers have had to spend most of this game pitching from the stretch. There have been a lot of base runners, but not a lot of runs scored so far. The Bees lead it 2-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Now Moreno sets the 3-1 to Elwood. Pride takes off, and it's grounded through the hole in the right field, a base hit. Perfectly executed hit and run as Pride hustles to third. The ball comes in towards second. A hard hit ball off the bat of Elwood. Pride took off. The second baseman, Ginter, went to go cover, and Elwood drove it right through the vacated spot. So Mike is 2 for 2, and now the Bees have runners at the corners with 1 out. The batter, Jason Espedo, popped up to the shortstop Kiger his first time up. So Jason in position for an opportunity to pick up his first AAA run batted in of his career. River Cat infield remains at double play depth, hoping to turn 2 to get out of the inning. The pitch, Espedo takes high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Outfield playing Espedo straight away. I'm sure the River Cats don't have a lot about Espedo. I'm sure the manager, Tony DeFrancisco, or someone in the staff checked with the Midland staff. There's a fastball outside, ball 2, down in the Texas League where the AA affiliate of the Angels, the Arkansas Travelers, are located. Just to pick up any little bit of information they might be able to grab and use to their advantage. The 2-0 pitch. Espedo takes the breaking ball in at the knees. A strike, and it's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Jason. Pride at third, Elwood at first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. The Bees trying to expand on a 2-1 lead. The fake to third, the throw to first, and Elwood is back. Bees right now coming into tonight's game 26-10 at home. The best home field record in the PCL. A half game better than Tucson's. Now the 2-1 pitch. Espedo swings and fouls it back to the base of the screen. 2-2. Espedo has spent the last 2 years at AA, although he played just 52 games last season. Hit .268 for Arkansas. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Moreno's pitch. Line drive, right center field, base hit. In from third, Pride. Elwood takes the turn at second. He'll advance to third. It's an RBI single for Jason Espedo, and the Bees lead it 3-1. Not a hard swing at all. It was just a nice, easy cut by Espedo, taking the off-speed pitch over the head of the second baseman Ginter into right center field. That'll bring a visit to the mound from pitching coach Rich Rodriguez as the Bees play corner-to-corner baseball to produce a run here in the 4th inning. And they once again lead by 2 at 3-1. And the batter will be Adam Pavkovich now. Adam walked his first time up. So the Bees back out in front by a pair as the home plate umpire, Chris Guccione, goes out to the mound to break up the conversation as activity begins to stir in the Sacramento bullpen. The runners at first and third, 1 out. Pavkovich the hitter. For the River Cats, the right-hander in the bullpen is Sean Cohn. So now the catcher Baker strolls in behind home plate. Elwood at third, Espedo at first for Adam Pavkovich. And he drew a walk his first time up against Moreno in this game. Hits are now even at 7 apiece. The pitch. Up high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. The Peas have strung together 3 straight singles after Mathis was retired to open up the inning. 1 ball, no strikes. The outfield playing Pavkovich to pull. Al Moreno ready, and the 1-0. That sinks down low, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Pavkovich with Eric Ibar due next. Dan Pavkovich appearing in his first game against Sacramento this year. Pavkovich, a .306 hitter against the River Cats last year as he launches one towards center. Thomas coming in and over to left center makes the catch. Elward will tag at third, and he'll come on in to score. It's a sacrifice fly and a run batted in for Adam Pavkovich, and that makes it a 4-1 ball game. And I should have expected as much. Adam, that is his team-leading 7th sacrifice fly of the year. So runner at first base, 2 out. Ibar has singled and flied to right field. So the Bees with a 2-run 4th inning. Leading by 3 now with a runner at first base. 2 out. Ibar at the plate as Moreno comes set. The turn of the toss to first, and Espedo is back. With Arkansas, Espedo, 3 out of 8 in the stolen base department. I don't think Sacramento has pretty much shut down the running game as the Bees are 0 for 3 in the stolen base department tonight. Baker with a strong arm behind the plate. 2 outs, a runner at first, and now Moreno steps off. Two out, a runner at first, the pitch. Ibar swings and lifts in the air to left center field. Thomas, the center fielder, drifting over and under, and makes the shoulder high catch to retire the side. The Bees, though, with 2 more runs on 3 hits. No errors, and 1 runner was left on base. As we play 4 here at Franklin Covey Field, it's the Bees 4 and Sacramento 1 on ESPN 1230.
Attention motorcycle and ATV riders. Dreaming of a new Yamaha motorcycle or ATV? Well, stop dreaming and start heading to Plaza Cycle for the huge Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event. Because right now, you can get payments as low as $89 a month for 24 months with 0 down on a huge selection of new Yamaha motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. You heard right. Payments as low as $89 a month plus 0 down for 2 full years on a new Yamaha. So visit Plaza Cycle today for the huge Get Out and Ride sales event. Because an offer this good won't last. Plaza Cycle at 1379 West, 3300 South, in the heart of Salt Lake Valley. Plaza Cycle, walk in, try it out. On the Yamaha card, subject to credit approval through 8/31/06 on select new Yamaha motorcycles, excluding FJR models, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. As low as $89 monthly payment for 24 months at 8.9% APR for amounts financed up to $10,000 if account kept current. Thereafter, the standard rate of 12.99% or 22.99% APR applies. Default rate 24.99%. Minimum finance charge $1. See dealer for ATV age restrictions. Yamaha recommends an approved training course. Call 1-800-887-2887.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I've got some questions. Is it normal if I hurt worse the day after the accident? Can I choose the doctor? Can I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I'm attorney Keith Barton, and I can help. These are the kinds of questions I answer every day.
Until I called Keith Barton, I had no idea how it really worked. I called and he got me $200,000. How's that for an answer?
If you've been in a car wreck and you're hurt, call me at area code 801. It's easy.
All right, we go to the 5th inning. Bees leading by a score of 4-1. Top of the order, due up for Sacramento. Mark Kiger takes the strike, and it's 0-1. Kiger 1 for 2, singled and scored the Sacramento run in the 3rd inning. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball low, 1-1. Our 5th inning, middle of the game reset. The Bees defensive alignment, Reggie Willits in left, Tommy Murphy in center, Jason Espedo in right. We'll give you the infield third to first after Shell delivers the 1-1. Fastball high, 2-1. Adam Pavkovich at third, Eric Ibar at short. Howie Kendrick at second and Mike Elward at first. The battery of Stephen Shell pitching and Jeff Mathis catching. 2 balls, 1 strike the count on Kiger. The pitch. Swing at a fastball and a foul. Back to the base of the screen, 2-2. Bees leading 4-1 now here in the top of the 5th. Kiger, a 5th-round draft pick of the A's in 2002 out of the University of Florida. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a foul, back over the roof and out of play. So the count remains 2-2. And game 3 of this series comes tomorrow night. Jared Weaver, 4-1 in a Salt Lake uniform, 4-0 for the Angels against right-hander Ben Fritz, who's 1-0 so far for Sacramento. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball to the dirt, that fills the count on Kiger at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, it's been a pretty busy night for Shell, although he did throw a 1-2-3 4th inning with 2 of the 3 batters retired on 1 pitch. But Shell right now at about 65 pitches. The 3-2 payoff delivery is grounded out towards second. Up with it on the 4th hop, Kendrick. The sidearm toss to first, and that's out number 1. Kiger retired, 1 away. Here's John Baker, 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. May have helped take the River Cats out of a potential big inning in the 3rd. Getting thrown out at 3rd on the RBI single by Espy, getting caught between 2nd and 3rd after Elward cut off the throw from Murphy in center field. So 1 out, base is empty for Baker. Pitch on the way, line to left center field. That's his 3rd hit of the game, and that one's up the alley and rolling all the way to the wall. Chasing it down, Willits and Murphy. Murphy up with it. He fires it into the cutoff man as Baker stops at second with a double. So Baker's 3 for 3. That's his 7th 2-bagger of the year. So now a runner at second base, 1 out. That's hit number 8 for the River Cats. Brings up Nate Espy, who's 1 for 2. Drove in the Sacramento run in the 3rd with a base hit to center. 4-1 ball game, but it has not been easy for Stephen Shell, other than the 1-2-3 4th inning in which he threw only 7 pitches. Runner at second base, 1 out. The pitch to Espy is inside, ball 1. 1-0 the count of the right-hand batter. Don't forget this year to be on the lookout for the Albertsons triple play for charity. If the Bees pull off a triple play at home, as they did on May 1st, Albertsons will donate $1,000 worth of groceries to the Utah Food Bank. Albertsons, a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Bees. The 1-0 pitch to Espy. Fastball strike on the inside corner at the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. They're underway at Tacoma. Portland out in front of the Rainiers, 1-0 in the 1st. Tacoma winning the opening game of that 5-game set last night, 7-1. 1-1 the count on Espy as Shell delivers. Breaking ball low, 2-1 the count on the right-hand batter. Espy broke in 98 as the 18th round draft pick of the Phillies. He's the South Atlantic League All-Star in 2000, leading that league with .439 on-base percentage. The 2-1 pitch. Espy rips one to left field, coming in Willett. Now it sails over his head as he misjudges the ball. Rounding 3rd and heading for home is Baker. And into second base is Espy with a double as Willett came racing in, then had to put the brakes on as he realized that ball was a little bit better hit than he initially thought. And that sailed over his head, and it's now a 4-2 game. So Willits with the misplay in left, but it is an RBI double for Espy, who's now driven in both River Cat runs. So a runner at second still, 1 out, but now a run in to make it 4-2, and Scott McLean's the batter. Fly to center and struck out swinging. Fastball strike 0-1. So right now, Baker and Espy hitting out of the 2 and 3 spots are a combined 5 for 6. So runner at second base, 1 out. The 0-1 pitch to McLean. Fastball strike on the inside corner above the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Wild one going on in Baltimore tonight. As the 0-2 comes home, fastball high, 1-2. We mentioned earlier on our Abra scoreboard, the Orioles had scored 4 times in the 8th to go up 5-1. Well, the Marlins scored 4 in the 9th to tie it and 3 more in the 10th, and they lead at 8-5. Now the 1-2 pitch from Shell to McLean. Swinging a ground foul past the third base dugout. So the count remains 1-2. McLean last year for the Iowa Cubs hit 30 home runs to tie for second in the Pacific Coast League. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch into the dirt, 2-2. Luke Scott of Round Rock led with 31, one more than McLean had. 2-2 the count. Back-to-back doubles with one out of the fifth has pulled the River Cats to within 2. Now Shell ready, the 2-2 pitch to McLean. Swinging a ground ball to short, gobbled up on the belt high bounce by Ibar. Go to first, into the dirt, and it skips by Elward and goes into the stands. That's going to allow Espy to be waved on in to score. McLean will go to second base on the throwing error. So it's now a 4-3 ball game. That one's a nice, convenient belt high hop, but Ibar's throw into the dirt, and Elward was unable to come up with a backhanded scoop. And so now it's a one-run game again as the River Cats get the 2 runs back they relinquished in the bottom of the fourth. And they now have the tying run at second base with 1 out. The run is unearned for the time being. That could change depending on what else happens in this inning. And the batter will be Jeremy Brown, who's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. For the Bees, that is their 72nd error of the year. And that's a costly one. Instead of a runner at second base, 2 out and a 2-run lead, it's a runner at second, 1 out and a 1-run lead. Swing and a miss by Brown, strike 1. Brown's base hits tonight, a single to center and a base hit to right. So McLean, the runner at second base. 4-3 Salt Lake here in the fifth. Now Shell ready, the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Now Brown out of the batter's box momentarily to try to collect himself after a couple of swings and misses on Stephen Shell fastballs. 0-2 the count. Now Shell ready, the 2-strike pitch. Swinging a ground ball to third, up with it Paskovich. A long throw to first, on target and in time for the out. So 2 away, and that officially makes that run unearned, no matter what else happens. So now here's Keith Ginter, who's 0 for 2. Had a hit taken away on a leaping catch by Murphy on the warning track in center field that would have scored a pair of runs had Tommy not made the excellent play. So 2 outs for Sacramento and the tying run at second base. Now Shell ready, the first pitch to Ginter. Breaking ball, strike, and at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Outfield playing Ginter to pull. Just 2 years ago, Ginter finished second on the Brewers with 19 home runs. The 0-1 pitch. Off speed and over on the inside corner, just under the belt, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 2003 for Milwaukee. He had a pair of pinch hit home runs. 2 years before that, Ginter was a PCL All-Star during the 2001 season with the New Orleans Zephyrs. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Ginter. Reaches out and fouls it back. That one off the door of his suite and rattles around, and finally someone comes up with a souvenir. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Ginter. Scott McLean, the potential tying run out at second base. 2 outs, the 2-strike pitch to Ginter. Fastball just inside at the belt, 1-2. Bees 2 in the first. The River Cats got 1 in the third. Bees 2 in the fourth. River Cats 2 here in the fifth to get back to within 1 again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mathis the sign down, the target up for the 1-2 pitch. Inside again at the belt, ball 2. 2-2 the count. Well, it looks like the Bees bats are going to have to go back to work here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shell's pitch. Swinging a ground ball, hits the third base bag and goes down the left field line. McLean around third with a tying run. Ginter onto second base. The throw, not in time. It's an RBI double for Keith Ginter, and the game is tied at 4-4. Ground ball that hit the third base bag and popped into left field. So 2 unearned runs to cap off a 3-run inning to this point. And that ties the score at 4. And now the go-ahead run for Sacramento is at second base. That is the 3rd double of the inning. In an inning that potentially Shell should have gotten out of without any run scoring. Reggie Willits misjudges the fly ball for a double early in the inning, and then the throwing error by Ibar, which would have been the 3rd out. So instead of maybe leaving this inning with a nice 4-1 lead, it's all tied up at 4. And Shell's not out of the woods yet. Jason Perry, the batter, he has singled and struck out in 2 plate appearances. Now that continues to pile up the pitches now on Shell. He may not go much further than this inning. Unofficially, he's at 92 pitches right now, and we're only in the 5th. So 2 outs, the go-ahead run at second base. And Shell's pitch to Perry. Strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. Again, 2 of the 3 runs in this inning are unearned. Those are the kinds of things the Bees have been able to avoid on this winning streak. Keeping the damage minimal after an error. No balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Swing and a foul back into the screen, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. The outfield straight away for Perry. Now Shell ready from the stretch. The 0-2 pitch to the left-hand batter. Fastball up and in. Leans Perry back out of the way. Ball 1. 1-2 the count. Runner at second base, Ginter. Now Shell from the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a pop foul, third base side. Paskovich gives it a look, but it's going to be well back into the lower deck behind the Sacramento dugout. And some butterfingers in the fans. And the ball goes all the way back onto the field of play. So the count on Jason Perry remains 1-2. Now Shell ready, the pitch. Inside, and that one hit him. So Perry hit by a pitch. And that for Shell is the 3rd batter he's hit this year. For Perry, that is the first time he's been hit. And now runners at first and second with 2 out for Charles Thomas, who's grounded out twice, once to first and once to short. As Nathan Bland starts to loosen up in the Salt Lake bullpen. 2 on, 2 out, 3 in. For the River Cats, the pitch. A fastball down the middle is striking, it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Ginter at second, Perry at first. Now Shell delivers. Thomas takes the changeup outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. A 4-4 game here in the 5th. Again, an inning that very well could have seen nothing come across. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Thomas swings and lines one into right center field. It's going to fall in for a hit. In to score is Ginter. Perry to third. It's an RBI single for Charles Thomas. And now the River Cats lead it 5-4. Another unearned run on the board. as the River Cats have batted around here in the fifth. And the batter will be Richie Robnett, who's 0 for 2. Again, this is an inning in which probably no run should have scored if plays had been made. But the River Cats, to their credit, have taken advantage of the miscues by the Bees defensively and scored 4 runs, again, 3 of them unearned. So now here's Robnett as the River Cats have batted around here in the fifth. And that's going to be all for Stephen Shell as Brian Harper makes his way to the mound. He wants to bring in the lefty Bland with a left-handed hitting Robnett at the plate, although Brian has not yet made the move towards the bullpen mound. And so that's going to be all for Stephen Shell. Nathan Bland will come on to pitch next for the Bees. We'll give you the numbers on Nathan when we return after this 1-minute timeout for a pitching change on ESPN 1230.
If you're looking for the ideal job, we have immediate openings for mystery shoppers. As a mystery shopper, you get paid to shop, dine and drink in restaurants, and even go to the movies. Companies want your opinions. They want to know how their customers are being treated and how their prices compare to their competitors. Full-time or part-time, you set your own hours. Bring home hundreds of extra dollars. As a certified mystery shopper, to qualify, you must be able to read and write in English, be over 18 years old, have a checking account or a credit card, and follow precisely the instructions you're given. For a small fee, we'll provide training and assignments. All you need to do is shop. Your first assignment will be to evaluate $1,000 in merchandise of your choice. Best of all, you get to keep the goods free. You'll get all the details when you call. This is a limited offer, so call right now.
Call 1-800-453-1426 to find out how you can get paid to shop. That's 1-800-453-1426. Paid shopping assignments are now available in your area. 1-800-453-1426.
Nathan Bland on the pitch for the Bees. He'll inherit runners at first and third, 2 outs, 4 runs in, 3 of them unearned as the River Cats lead it by a score of 5-4. For Bland, his 16th appearance of the year, his 14th out of the bullpen. In 30 innings, he's given up 40 hits, 26 runs, 21 of them earned. He has struck out 21 and walked 10. Bland is 3-2 with a 6.30 earned run average. The PCL batting .310 against left-hander Nate Bland. Can't close the books on Shell. He's responsible for the 2 men on base, but we can tell you that whatever the run total is off of Shell in this game, only 2 of the runs will be earned. So Bland has finished his warm-up, 8.65, 209 in his 13th professional season. Originally drafted by the Dodgers in the 4th round of 93 out of high school. So Perry at third, Thomas at first, and the left-hand hitting Robnett up against the left-hand pitching Nathan Bland. Although Bland has struggled against left-handed hitters as of late. The pitch. Sidearm breaking ball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Bland in his last outing got the win in the second game of the doubleheader against Las Vegas on the 17th. Now the 0-1. Sidearm pitch inside, 1-1. Gave up a home run to make it a 3-2 ball game. In favor of Las Vegas, but his teammates came back to score 2 runs to win it. 1 ball, 1 strike on Robnett. The pitch. Swing and a miss to the fastball, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Bland trying to finish off the inning without any further damage being done. Now the 1-2, the runner at first goes. Swing and a miss to the fastball. He struck him out. And that retires the side. But 4-run score. Again, 3 of them are unearned. 4 hits. 1 very costly error, and 2 runners were left on base. We're halfway through the scheduled 9-rounder. It's Sacramento 5, the Bees 4 on ESPN 1230.
Med1 Medical.
Med One Medical. Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med One today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold Maintenance Program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882. Med One Medical. Med One Medical.
Hi, Paul Hartman here. You know, if I were to hire somebody for my business, I would want to see their resume. That's why I think it's only fair to give you our resume right now. We have 20 years servicing the Wasatch area. Family owned and operated. Winner of last year's top technician training program. Always staffed 24 hours, 7 days a week. And we specialize in finding you the best solution for your comfort with energy savings. With over 71% repeat and customer referral rate, we know we're doing our job right. So, when you're in need, call Hartman Heating and Air, 264-8300. Serving the heart of your home and business.
We go to the bottom of the fifth inning, and the Bees bats have to come alive again as Victor Moreno faces Reggie Willett, Tommy Murphy, and Howie Kendrick. It's a 5-4 River Cat lead as they took advantage of a misplayed fly ball and an error for 4 runs, 3 of them unearned. And the River Cats have the lead, 5-4. Willett shows bunt, takes a curveball, strike 0-1. Reggie single to left and score to the first. Reached on an error in the third, but was thrown out trying to steal. Now right-hander up again, the Sacramento bullpen. The 0-1 to Willits. Off speed and high, ball 1. With the River Cats now having taken the lead. Moreno may have a short leash at this point. Different Pearson while warming up, though, for Sacramento. Matt Roney is starting to throw. The 1-1. Swing and a foul. Back off the screen, 1-2. Sean Cohn was warming up last inning. But now it's another right-hander, Matt Roney, who's pitched well for the River Cats this year. Infield back except McLean at third. The 1-2 to Willits. Low for a ball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Our fifth inning, middle of the game reset of the Sacramento defensive alignment. Richie Robnett, Charles Thomas, and Jason Perry in left, center, and right. We'll give you the infield third to first after Moreno delivers the 2-2. Swung on and fisted foul on top of the dugout at third and bouncing down into the camera well. Scott McLean at third, Mark Kiger at short, Keith Ginter at second, and Nate Espy at first. A battery of Victor Moreno pitching and John Baker catching. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Willits as Moreno deals. Change up just missed a little bit high, ball 3. That didn't miss by much. Full count on Willits at 3-2. Outfield straight away for Reggie. Now Moreno deals. The payoff pitch. Fastball high, and the leadoff man's aboard here in the fifth. That is the third walk issued by Moreno in the ball game, and so that'll bring to the plate Tommy Murphy. Doubled in 2 runs in the first, fly to center in the third. So runner at first base, nobody out here in the fifth inning. McLean in at third, middle infielders double play depth as Moreno steps off. Now the quick throw to first, Willits back. Reggie thrown out trying to steal in the third. Now been caught stealing 11 times this year. That's already the 5th most in franchise history for a single season. There's a fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Chris Latham was thrown out trying to steal 19 times in 1997. That's the most. No balls, 1 strike, the throw to first, and the runner's back. Mitch Simons caught 16 times in 95. Alfredo Amezaga 14 times in 02. Latham again 13 times in 1999. And now 11 times for Reggie Willits this year. There's a pitch low for a ball. 1-1 the count. Murphy caught stealing today. He's been thrown out 10 times. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Murphy. Willits the potential tying run at first with nobody out. The 1-1 delivery, and Murphy takes the curveball low and inside. Ball 2. Last rays of sunshine hitting the peaks of the Wasatch Front. Just a picture postcard moment on a beautiful night here in Salt Lake City. Again, the throw to first, and back in safely is Willits. 2-1 the count on Murphy with Howie Kendrick to next. Now the pitch. Fastball high, ball 3. 3-1 the count on Murphy. Again, 3-1, a good hitter's count, a good runner's count. The Bees have not had a lot of success. They've had no success against John Baker, who's thrown out all 3 would-be base stealers. Quick throw to first, and Willits dives in and gets the right hand in ahead of the tag of Nate Espy. 3 balls, 1 strike. Big hole in that right side of the infield with Ginter shaded up the middle a bit. Again, the throw to first. This time, Willits able to get back in, standing up. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Sacramento leading 5-4. After a 4-run top of the 5th. Again, the throw to first, and Willits is back. Don't mean to keep harping on it, but 3 of the 4 runs unearned. Time called at home plate. The right-hander Roney ready when needed down the left field line. 3 balls, 1 strike the count on Murphy. Willits' uniform all dirty at first. The 3-1, Willits takes off, swung on, line drive, left center field. That's going to split the gap and go all the way to the wall. No, it's a great running catch by Richie Robnett, racing into the alley to take extra bases away from Tommy Murphy as Willits hustles back to first. Boy, when that ball left the bat of Murphy, that ball was headed up the gap, extra bases, and probably a run batted in. But Richie Robnett got a great jump on that ball. That had a little bit of slice back towards him, but still a great running catch. And there's 1 out here in the 5th. Now here's Howie Kendrick, who's walked and fly to right field. What a play by Robnett. Willits fortunate to get back to first after running with the pitch. 1 on, 1 out now, and Moreno deals. Swung on, grounded into left field, a base hit. Willits will stop at second base, and the Bees have runners at first and second with 1 out. And that's going to be all for Victor Moreno. He won't be able to go the 5 innings needed for a win if Sacramento were to hold on as Tony DeFrancesco makes his way to the mound. He's got Matt Roney in the bullpen, and that's going to be all for Moreno. We'll give you the numbers on the new pitcher, Matt Roney, when we return after this 1-minute timeout for a pitching change on ESPN 1230.
Being inducted into the Hall of Fame is the ultimate after you had a successful major league career. Of course, I took 4 years out for World War II. I joined the Navy 2 days after Pearl Harbor, and I'm very proud to be an American and hope I've been a good one.
Relive your fondest memories of Bob Feller and see his Hall of Fame plaque at the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. For more information, visit us on the web at baseballhalloffame.org or call 888-HALL-OF-FAME.
SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees Baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
Right-hander Matt Roney comes on for the River Cats here in the bottom of the fifth inning. This for Roney will be his 24th appearance of the year. In 30 1/3 innings, he's given up 28 hits, 16 runs, only 9 of which have been earned. He has struck out 36 and walked 12. Roney is 2-1 with a 2.67 earned run average. The PCL batting .239 against the 6'3", 245-pound right-hander Matt Roney. Roney, a veteran of 45 major league appearances, 11 of which were starts, all for the Detroit Tigers in 2003. He went 1-9. So he inherits runners at first and second base with 1 out, and Jeff Mathis at the plate. He's 0 for 2. He flies to center field his last time up. Roney's last outing was 4 nights ago on the 18th at home against Tacoma. Took the loss, giving up 4 runs, only 1 of which was earned on 3 hits in an inning and a third. Infield double play depth for Mathis. The Bees with a tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first with 1 out. Roney's first pitch to Mathis. Curveball high, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Jeff. Roney signed as a free agent back in November. He was originally a first-round pick of the Rockies in 1998. 1 ball, no strikes the count on Mathis. Outfield playing in the pull towards left, the pitch. Strike, a curveball on the inside corner at the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, and 1 in 3 appearances with the A's this year is Roney. Now the 1-1, he whirls instead and looks the runner back. Runners at first and second. The pitch, high and inside, leans Mathis back out of the way. So the count, 2 balls and a strike. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning. 5-4 River Cats. Now Roney from the stretch looks Willits towards second. The pitch. Curveball strike on the inside corner above the knees, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Curtis Pride is due next. Mathis waiting, waving that bat out over the plate. Now Roney sets the 2-2. Swinging a high pop fly right center field. Thomas racing in for it is there, and he'll make the catch for the out. The runners have to hold at first and second base. So it's up to Curtis Pride now. He's 1 for 2 with a single to center his last time up. He eventually came around to score. So 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Catcher John Baker out to talk with Roney, maybe wanting to give Roney a little refresher on whatever scouting report they might have on Curtis Pride. The shortstop Kiger comes in to join on the conversation. Home plate umpire Chris Guccione makes his way out too. We're only in the bottom of the 5th. Last night's game was in the 8th inning at this time of night. Curtis Pride at the plate. 10-game hitting streak with his single in his last at bat. Pride this year hitting .308 with runners in scoring position and 2 out. Chance to tie the game with a base hit to the outfield here with a speedy Willits at second base. Now Roney sets the first pitch to Curtis. Fastball high, ball 1. 1-0 the left-hand batter. Cannot close the books on Moreno's line as he's responsible for the 2 runners on base. So neither starter tonight able to go 5 innings. Now Roney from the belt, the 1-0. Check swing, but it's a strike in the outside corner above the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 5-4 River Cats. We're in the bottom of the fifth. Second baseman Keith Ginter about 3 or 4 steps back on the grass in right field. Now Roney steps off. Now back on, gets his sign from the catcher Baker for the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a foul into the glove of the catcher Baker, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Roney, originally drafted by the Rockies, missed all of his second professional season in '99 with a torn labrum. 1-2 the count on Curtis. 2 out, 2 on, bottom of the fifth. Now Roney from the belt. The check of the runner Willits, the pitch. Low, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No help from the wind anymore. Old Glory hanging limp on the flagpole out in left field. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Pride. Now Roney stares in, gets his sign, but time called. Roney didn't see his catcher Baker call time. He was looking at the runner at second base. Now he turned to throw to the plate and realized his catcher was coming his way. A brief meeting as Baker heads back behind the plate. Willits opened the inning with a walk. Murphy appeared to have an RBI extra base hit up the alley in left center, but Robnett made a fine running catch on. Then Kendrick singled. That was all for Moreno. Mathis flied out, and now we have time called at the plate again. Apparently Roney and Baker struggling to get on the same page. 2 balls, 2 strikes. But yet, despite all this, Roney 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Curtis Pride. Now Roney from the belt, the pitch. Low, ball 3. 3-2 the count. That means the runners now will automatically be on the move with the pitch. Again, great speed on the base paths with Willits at second and Kendrick at first. 2 out. He's trailing 5-4, giving up 4 in the top of the inning, 3 of which were unearned. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Baker behind the plate, the sign down, the target up, the payoff pitch. There go the runners. Fastball outside at the knees, ball 4. And now the bases are loaded with 2 out for Mike Elward. Elward 2 for 2, single to left in the second. A base hit to right on the fourth and scored a run. Elward coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with the bases loaded this year and hitting just .182 with runners in scoring position and 2 out. So now Willits, the tying run at third. Kendrick, the go-ahead run at second. Pride is over at first. 2 outs. And Roney's pitch to Elward. Breaking ball in at the knees. A strike and it's 0-1. Elward off to a great start in this series. He's 4 for 6. A big gap in left center field. With the center fielder Thomas over towards right center. The pitch low and inside, and a good stop by Baker, sliding across to his left. So the count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. With Thomas shaded over towards right center. Robnett in left, Perry in right, pretty much straight away, and now the outfield coach, the manager, Tony DeFrancesca, and Brian McCarn moving Thomas over towards left center. Elward chops 1 foul outside the bag at third, and the count's 1-2. So that big gap in left center, not as prevalent as it once was. Now it looks like there's a little bit of a gap in right center, and a lot of room between the right fielder Perry and the right field line. 1-2, the count on Elward. Roney ahead of the count. Stares in, gets his sign from Baker. The 1-2 to Elward. Swing and a miss over a splitter. He struck him out, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 3 left. As we go to the 6th, it's Sacramento 5, the Bees 4 on ESPN 1230.
When When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the best tire warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. Big O's free replacement warranty is the best in the business and gives you free services with your tires like balancing, rotating, and flat repair. Plus, with Big O Tires speed lane service, you can have your tires mounted, balanced, and on your vehicle in 20 minutes or less. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Hi, this is Ned Siegfried of Siegfried & Jensen. We all know Utah is a great sports state. Siegfried & Jensen is a proud sponsor of virtually all of Utah's professional teams. The Jazz, the Bees, the Blaze, the Grizzlies, and Real Soccer. In sports, winning is important. The same is true if you've been injured in an accident. To help ensure victory if you've been injured, you need a winning legal team on your side. Call us at Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
Strike three. A no-hitter, a perfect game for John Larson. Yogi Berra runs out there. He leaps on Larson, and he's swarmed by his teammates. Listen to this crowd roar.
Classic baseball is back. The Salt Lake Bees. Now students can get a pass to all 72 Bees games this summer for the incredible price of just $25. That's only 35 cents a game. Call 325-BASE to get your student pass today. The Salt Lake Bees. Classic baseball is back.
All right, we go to the 6th inning. It's a 5-4 Sacramento lead. Nathan Bland in relief of Stephen Shell will face the top of the order, Mark Kiger, John Baker, and Nate Espy. Same three that opened up the 5th inning. As the River Cats batted around and scored 4 times. The final numbers on Shell, 4 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 5 runs, 2 of them earned. He struck out 4 and did not walk a batter. First pitch from Bland to Kiger is lifted in the air towards right center field. Tommy Murphy going back, still going back, now cutting across the right fielder Espedo. And it's Jason Espedo who makes the catch for out number 1. 1 away. That'll bring up John Baker, who's 3 for 3. Time now for our 6th inning update of the Abra scoreboard. We'll start in the major leagues this time. Only one game still going on. That's in the 5th at Los Angeles. The Dodgers trail Seattle 2-0. Home runs by Yuniesky Betancourt and Raul Ibanez. The rest are finals. Kansas City rolls over Pittsburgh 15-7. Scored in every inning but the 3rd. There's a pitch in at the knees. A strike 0-1. Taylorsville's John Buck with his 5th home run of the year. He's got a 5-game hitting streak going and is 8 for 16 during those 5 games, including 2 home runs. No balls, 1 strike the count as Bland delivers. Low and outside and off the glove of Mathis, 1-1. In 10 innings, Florida scores 4 in the 9th to tie and 3 in the 10th to defeat the Orioles 8-5 after Baltimore had scored 4 runs in the 8th to go up 5-1. Well, I bet you that place was packed for the Marlins and the Orioles. There's a pitch in at the knees, a strike 1 and 2. The White Sox had only 1 hit the entire game against St. Louis. A 1-out 7th inning home run by Jim Tomei as the Sox beat the Cardinals 1-0 to sweep that 3-game series. The former Stinger, Bobby Chinks, with his 21st save. The 1-2 to Baker from Bland. Sidearm breaking ball just outside at the knees, 2-2. At New York, the Mets and Pedro Martinez beat Cincinnati 6-2. David Wright with a pair of home runs. Toronto with 2 in the 8th comes back to beat Atlanta 3-2. The Blue Jays sweep that series. The 2-2 to Baker, curveball outside, 3-2 the count. At Houston, Roger Clemens, 100 pitches, allows just 2 runs on 6 hits, but no offense for Houston as the Astros fall 4-2. Francisco Liriano now 7-1 for Minnesota. 3-2 to Baker, fastball inside, he walked him. So Bland was ahead in the count, 1-2, but issues the base on balls. His first, and that is the first walk given out by Bees pitching tonight. So 1 on, 1 out for Nate Espy, who's been a thorn in the Bees' side tonight. An RBI single in the 3rd, a run-scoring double, and a run scored in the 5th. Tampa Bay topped Arizona 4-1. Scott Kazmir now 9-4 for the Devil Rays. And at Arlington, Texas scored all of their runs in the fifth in a 5-3 win over San Diego. First pitch to Espy, inside at the knees. Ball one as he skipped rope to get out of the way. Former River Cat John Reinecker, the winner, now 3-1 for Texas. Go to the PCL here in just a moment. As Bland looks towards first, Baker the lead. And now time called at home plate by umpire Chris Cuccione. In the PCL at Round Rock, Nashville defeats the Express 2-0. Round Rock only one hit in the game as that ends the Express's winning streak at 8 games. Move to first, and Baker is back. New Orleans at Oklahoma was 2-0 Zephyrs before the Red Hawks rally with 3 in the bottom of the ninth to beat the Z's 3-2. At Des Moines, Iowa beat Omaha 8-5. Former Buzz outfielder Chad Allen with his 8th home run of the year for Omaha. The 1-0 pitch to Espy, lined in the right field, a base hit. Baker will stop at second base, and here come the River Cats, runners at first and second, and only one out. And for Espy, that's his 3rd hit. First Espy, 3 for 4 tonight, 2 runs batted in. Of course, we all know that he is so good, they've already named an award after him. Scott McLean, the batter. He's 0 for 3, reached on an error and a run scored. At Memphis, the Redbirds shut out Albuquerque 2-0. In the fourth at Tucson, Las Vegas leads the Sidewinders 5-zip. First pitch on the way. McLean takes a changeup high. Ball one. At Fresno, Colorado Springs leads the Grizzlies 3-1. And at Tacoma, Portland leads the Rainiers 2-0. Here it's 5-4 Sacramento. The River Cats with runners at first and second base and one out. The 1-0 to McLean. Off speed and over for a strike. The pitch handcuffs Mathis. It drops out of his glove, but he recovers quickly, and the count's even at 1-1. Again, McLean in his 17th season, yet has only played 22 games with the majors. 13 with the Cubs last year, 9 with Tampa Bay during the Devil Rays' first season in 1998. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on McLean. Bland delivers. Swing and a miss at a fastball in on his hands, 1-2. McLean, 12 home runs this year. He now has 215 career minor league home runs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 6'4", 220-pound right-handed batter awaits the 1-2 from Bland. Curveball ripped past the diving Ibar into left field, a base hit. Baker being waved out home as Willits overruns the ball. That will allow the rest of the runners to take another 90 feet. Now the throw hits the runner Espy. He'll head to the plate and score. We may have 2 errors on that play. 2-run score. Now Sacramento leads it 7-4. Willits overrunning the ball with maybe the first error, allowing the extra 90 feet. And then his throw to third base, hitting Espy sliding in, may be the second error. And as it is, 2 runs are in. There's a runner at third base, still only 1 out. And now the River Cats lead it 7-4. A very sloppy 5th and 6th inning. The infield drawn in now with a runner at third. The pitch, curveball strike, 0-1, and only 1 out. Thirteen hits now for the River Cats. Now Bland's pitch. Fastball high, snap toward a third, they got him. Jeff Mathis, the pickoff throw. Paskovich there to take the toss and apply the tag. So it'll be a pickoff 2-5, and that's out number 2, and there were 2 errors charged on that previous play, a fielding error and a throwing error on Reggie Willits, his 3rd and 4th errors of the year. So now nobody on base, 2 out, the 1-1. Swinging a bouncing ball to Paskovich. Charges, gloves, steps, and throws. Untargeted in time to retire the side. The 2-run score, 1 of them unearned, on 2 hits, 2 errors, and nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Sacramento 7, the Bees 4 on ESPN 1230.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I've got some questions. Is it normal if I hurt worse the day after the accident? Can I sue the doctor? Can I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I'm attorney Keith Barton, and I can help. These are the kinds of questions I answer every day.
Until I called Keith Barton, I had no idea how it really worked. I called and he got me $200,000. How's that for an answer?
If you've been in a car wreck and you're hurt, call me at area code 801. It's easy.
If you're looking for the ideal job, we have immediate openings for mystery shoppers. As a mystery shopper, you get paid to shop, dine and drink in restaurants, and even go to the movies. Companies want your opinions. They want to know how their customers are being treated and how their prices compare to their competitors. Full-time or part-time, you set your own hours. Bring home hundreds of extra dollars. As a certified mystery shopper, to qualify, you must be able to read and write in English, be over 18 years old, have a checking account or a credit card, and follow precisely the instructions you're given. For a small fee, we'll provide training and assignments. All you need to do is shop. Your first assignment will be to evaluate $1,000 in merchandise of your choice. Best of all, you get to keep the goods free. You'll get all the details when you call. This is a limited offer, so call right now.
Call 1-800-453-1426 to find out how you can get paid to shop. That's 1-800-453-1426. Paid shopping assignments are now available in your area. 1-800-453-1426.
We go to the bottom of the sixth inning, 7-4 Sacramento. Jason Espedo, Adam Pavkovich, and Eric Ibar. The Bees are going to have to go to work if they want to stretch their winning streak to 10 games. Jason Espedo singled in a run in the fourth inning. Playing in his first career AAA game after being called up from AA Arkansas yesterday. First pitch, broken bat liner right at the first baseman Espy for the out. One away. That'll bring up Adam Pavkovich, who's walked and driven in a run with a sacrifice fly. Now you can tell that that bat was an ash bat because it pretty much came apart in one piece. Ryan Harper and I were talking about broken bats, and we've seen a lot of bats that have been shattered with pieces flying every which way, but that is usually what happens with a maple bat. They say the maple is harder, but it doesn't have the grains on the bat. And it causes it to shatter, and that grain to hold everything together and come apart in one piece. As the pitch misses low and outside, ball one. So when you go to a game and see a bat shatter, it's probably maple. If it just snaps in half like that, it's ash. There's a pitch, a breaking ball, and at the knees, a strike. And the count on Pavkovich is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 7-4 Sacramento. They've out-hit the Bees, 13-8. The pitch from Roney, strike on the inside corner at the knees, 1-2. Roney's been strong all year for Sacramento, and so far, he's retired 3 of the 4 batters he's faced, let 1 get away on a walk. Now the line of the 1-2. Tried to hold up on a breaking ball, couldn't do it. A strikeout number 2 for Matt Roney. The third strikeout for Sacramento pitching in the ball game. So 2 outs, nobody on for Eric Ibar. Ibar 1 for 3, singled and scored in the first. Since then he has flied out twice and also committed that throwing error that helped open the door to that 4-run 5th inning that put the River Cats out in front. And they've added 2 more, another one unearned in the 6th. The pitch to Ibar popped up. Short right center, the second baseman Ginter back. And now on the edge of the infield dirt makes the catch. And that retires the side. And for the first time in the ball game, the Bees are retired in order 1, 2, 3 as we go to the 7th. It's Sacramento 7, the Bees 4 on ESPN 1230.
Med One Medical. Med One Medical.
Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med One today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold maintenance program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Hi, Paul Hartman here. You know, if I were to hire somebody for my business, I would want to see their resume. That's why I think it's only fair to give you our resume right now. We have 20 years servicing the Wasatch area. Family owned and operated. Winner of last year's top technician training program. Always staffed 24 hours, 7 days a week. And we specialize in finding you the best solution for your comfort with energy savings. With over 71% repeat and customer referral rate, we know we're doing our job right. So, when you're in need, call Hartman Heating and Air, 264-8300. Serving the heart of your home and business.
We go to the seventh inning, 7-4. Sacramento will be Keith Ginnard, Jason Perry, and Charles Thomas, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the Sacramento batting order. Time now for the Zions Bank seventh inning game summary as the first pitch to Ginter comes home. He shows bunt and takes a fastball strike on the inside corner at the knees, 0-1. For Sacramento, 7 runs, 13 hits, 1 error. For the Bees, 4 runs, 8 hits, and 3 errors. Sacramento has left 7 runners on base. The Bees have stranded 6. The 0-1 pitch to Ginter. Inside at the belt, 1-1. Sacramento, 1 in the third, 4 in the fifth, and 2 in the sixth. The Bees, 2 in the first, and 2 in the fourth. The 1-1 to Ginter. Pops up down the right field line, slicing towards the corner. On the run, Espino won't get to it as it lands in the second row, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, for the River Cats, 4 out of their 7 runs are unearned. The Bees' seventh inning game summary brought to you by Zions Bank. At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. 1-2 the count on Ginter. Dan Ginter, a couple of years ago, second on the Brewers with 19 home runs. Former 2-time All-American at Texas Tech. Awaits the 1-2 from Nate Bland. Fastball, strike 3 called as it slices the inside corner at the belt. Second strikeout for Bland, the 6th for Bees pitching in the ball game. 1 out, that'll bring up Jason Perry, single to center in the second. Struck out swinging in the fourth and was hit in the foot by a pitch in the fifth. So 1 out, nobody on here in the River Cats 7th. Nathan Bland at an inning and 2/3 relief so far. 2 runs allowed, 1 unearned. The pitch. Breaking ball into the knees. A strike 0-1. Bland last year, after being released by Seattle at the end of spring training, pitched in Tijuana in the Mexican League. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 0-2. Horace Bland does have 22 games in the big leagues under his belt with the Astros in 2003. 1-1 and lost 2 for Houston that year. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball into the dirt. 1-2 the count on Bland. He missed all of 99 with shoulder surgery and then all of 2001 after Tommy John elbow surgery. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count as Bland delivers. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball away. Drop third strike. Mathis supplies the tag as Perry doesn't run to first base. That is strikeout number 7 for the Bees. And just a reminder that the Bees pitching staff combines to strike out 10 or more batters in a 9-inning game tonight. Dow Solio Distributors and Kendall Oil will donate $125 to the Multiple Sclerosis Society of Utah. Bland's first pitch to Charles Thomas. A fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. Ian Thomas, one of the 3 players Oakland received in the deal that sent Tim Hudson to Atlanta. Thomas not exactly enthralled with the call of Chris Guccione at home plate. Now the 0-1. Breaking ball into the dirt, 1-1. Thomas led all National League rookies in 2004 with a .368 on-base percentage. He was 4 for 16 for the Braves that year against Houston in the NLDS. Fastball grounded on 3 hops to second, gobbled up by Kendrick. The sidearm toss to first, and that retires the side. Another 1-2-3 inning brought to you by Keith Barton and Associates. It's just that easy. After 6.5, it's 7th inning stretch time. It's the River Cats 7 and the Bees 4 on ESPN 1230.
Being inducted into the Hall of Fame is the ultimate after you had a successful Major League career. Of course, I took 4 years out for World War II. I joined the Navy 2 days after Pearl Harbor, and I'm very proud to be an American and hope I've been a good one.
Relive your fondest memories of Bob Feller and see his Hall of Fame plaque at the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. For more information, visit us on the web at baseballhalloffame.org or call 888-HALL-OF-FAME.
Attention motorcycle and ATV riders dreaming of a new Yamaha motorcycle or ATV? Well, stop dreaming and start heading to Plaza Cycle for the huge Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event. Because right now, you can get payments as low as $89 a month for 24 months with zero down on a huge selection of new Yamaha motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. You heard right. Payments as low as $89 a month plus zero down for 2 full years on a new Yamaha. So visit Plaza Cycle today for the huge Get Out and Ride sales event. Because an offer this good won't last. Plaza Cycle at 1379 West, 3300 South, in the heart of Salt Lake Valley. Plaza Cycle, walk in, ride out. On the Yamaha card, subject to credit approval through 8/31/06 on select new Yamaha motorcycles, excluding FJR models, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. As low as $89 monthly payment for 24 months at 8.9% APR for amounts financed up to $10,000 if account kept current. Thereafter, the standard rate of 12.99% or 22.99% APR applies. Default rate 24.99%. Minimum finance charge $1. See dealer for ATV age restrictions. Yamaha recommends an approved training course. Call 1-800-887-2887.
We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Bees trailing 7-4. It'll be Reggie Willits, Tommy Murphy, and Howie Kendrick due up. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Bees batting order to face right-handed reliever Matt Roney, who's been tough so far. Retiring 5 out of the 6 batters he's faced, issuing 1 walk. First pitch to Willits. Fastball inside corner, belt high for a strike 0-1. Willits has singled, reached on an error and walk, extending his home on base streak to 33 straight games, the longest such streak in the PCL this year. The 0-1 to Willits, swung on and sliced foul just beyond the third base dugout, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Right-hander Matt Wilhite throwing in the Salt Lake bullpen. Meanwhile, a lefty is up in the Sacramento bullpen. That would be Randy Kiesler. Fastball up and in. That one caught Willits in the shoulder. So Reggie jogs on down to first base, and the Bees have the leadoff man on as Willits gets plunked for the second time this year. Well, runner at first, nobody out. The Bees still need one more batter to reach base to bring the tying run to the plate. Tommy Murphy doubled in 2 runs in the first, flied out to center in the third, and skied to left in the 5th. Middle infielders double play depth. Scott McLean even with a bag at third. The step off and throw to first, and Willits is back. And the Bees have attempted 3 stolen bases tonight, and catcher John Baker has thrown them out all 3 times as the Bees lead the league with 58 caught stealings this year. Now from the belt, the pitch. In at the knees, a strike 0-1. Matt Roney, 2-time Oklahoma High School Pitcher of the Year. That was in 97 and in 98 out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Again, was a part of that miserable Tigers team in 2003. He went 1-9. The 0-1 pitch, low for a ball, 1-1. If you remember, a couple of years ago, the Stingers had veteran infielder Shane Halter on the ball club and told me that was, even though it was a big league season for him, it was maybe the most miserable season that he had ever been a part of. And avoiding the record for losses with that big stretch against Minnesota at the end of the year, just swinging a pop fly, shallow left, Tiger out, Robnet in, Robnet's there with the catch. And back to first base goes Willits. So Murphy flies out, and there's one away here in the 7th. Brings up Howie Kendrick. 1 for 2 on the night. That moves his league-leading batting average up a point to .399. He's hit safely in 5 straight. Kendrick yesterday named to the United States team for the Futures All-Star game in Pittsburgh on July 9th. On a Sunday afternoon at PNC Park that will cause him to miss 2 Bees games that weekend. Against Sacramento. Again, this series the first of the year between the Bees and the River Cats, yet they'll play each other 16 out of 26 days the entire season series. Another fine job of scheduling by the PCL as Kendrick crowns one foul at the third base side for strike one. On the dates they don't play Sacramento during that stretch, they're facing Colorado Springs on 7 of those days with the 3-day All-Star break in the middle. No balls, 1 strike. All-Star game this year in Toledo. Howie Kendrick, the leading vote getter among the fan vote, which counts for 1/3 of the total voting. At second base, Jeff Mathis third at catcher. Fastball up and in. Leans Howie back out of the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, the Kiesler, the left-hander throwing. Probably have him in position to face Curtis Pride should the inning last that long. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Kendrick. Roney's pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Kendrick. Roney working over the baseball on the first base side of the mound. Charles Thomas retying his right shoe. Now straightens up out in center. The 1-2 pitch to Kendrick. Swung on and driven to center field. Thomas going back, slowing down, drifting towards the edge of the warning track, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. As Kendrick hit it well, but hit it to the wrong part of the ballpark. So 2 outs. Willits hit by a pitch to open up the inning. He's still there at first base for Jeff Mathis, who's 0 for 3. Called out on strikes in the first. Since then, he has twice flied to Thomas in center field. Charles Thomas has been busy out there. That's his 6th put out of the night. As the catcher, John Baker, once again out for a visit with Roney. A runner at first base, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, Sacramento 7, and the Bees 4. And trying to cheer Mathis on here as the Bees starting to run out of outs here tonight. Now Roney from the belt, the first pitch to Mathis. In at the knees, a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And a still 9 here at the ballpark as Old Glory hangs limp on the flagpole and left. No balls, 1 strike the count on Mathis. Roney deals. Swing and a miss to the sweeping curveball, 0-2 as Roney dropped down a little bit on that delivery. And now Mathis is in the hole, 0-2. And Curtis Pride on deck. Curtis with a base hit earlier to extend his hitting streak to 10 games. Now the 2-strike pitch to Mathis. Ripped in the left field, a base hit. Played on the roll out there by Rob Nett. Stopping at second base is Willett. And now the Bees have runners at first and second, 2 out. And Curtis Pride strolls to the plate representing the potential tying run. But here comes Tony DeFrancesca as he's going to want the lefty Randy Kiesler out of the bullpen, I'm sure, although he just now is making that move to the pen. So we'll take a timeout, give you the numbers on Kiesler when we return after this 1-minute timeout for a pitching change on ESPN 1230.
If you're looking for the ideal job, we have immediate openings for mystery shoppers. As a mystery shopper, you get paid to shop, dine and drink in restaurants, and even go to the movies. Companies want your opinions. They want to know how their customers are being treated and how their prices compare to their competitors. Full-time or part-time, you set your own hours. Bring home hundreds of extra dollars. As a certified mystery shopper, to qualify, you must be able to read and write in English, be over 18 years old, have a checking account or a credit card, and follow precisely the instructions you're given. For a small fee, we'll provide training and assignments. All you need to do is shop. Your first assignment will be to evaluate $1,000 in merchandise of your choice. Best of all, you get to keep the goods free. You'll get all the details when you call. This is a limited offer, so call right now.
Call 1-800-453-1426 to find out how you can get paid to shop. That's 1-800-453-1426. Paid shopping assignments are now available in your area. 1-800-453-1426. You're back, buddy.
So the new pitcher, Randy Kiesler, on for Sacramento, making his 12th appearance of the year, his 6th out of the bullpen in 39 and 2/3 innings. He's given up 37 hits, 19 runs, 13 of them earned. He has struck out 36 and walked 22. Kiesler 3-3 with a 2.95 earned run average. The PCL batting .245 against lefty Randy Kiesler. Left-handers batting .233 against Kiesler, as he inherits runners at first and second base and 2 out. Kiesler signed as a free agent in January. He split his time last year between the Cincinnati Reds and their AAA affiliate Louisville. 2-1 for the Reds, but with a 6.27 ERA in 24 appearances and 4 starts. 12 outings for Louisville, 7 starts, and a 5-2 record. He has no decisions and 11 relief appearances for Oakland this year, with a 4.50 earned run average. So 2 on, 2 out. Curtis Pride has 3 home runs this year, one of them off a lefty in Tacoma. So the outfield straight away, the infield is back. Wide, as usual, taps the plate 4 times with his bat as he tries to dig himself a toe hold at home plate, and now he steps out. Curtis on the year hitting a very healthy .368 against left-handed pitching. And now the Sacramento bullpen is quiet. Kiesler ready, the pitch to Pride. Breaking ball low and outside. Ball 1 the count with Mike Elward due next. Again, Matt Wilhide up in the Bees bullpen. He'll come in the top of the 8th. 1 ball, no strikes. 7-4 Sacramento here in the bottom of the 7th. Now Kiesler, the check of the runner at second base, and the 1-0 home. Fastball high, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Willits at second, Mathis at first. Again, Mike Elward due next. Again, no right-hander throwing in the River Cat bullpen, so if Kiesler doesn't get Pride, Elward would get to face a southpaw. 2 balls, no strikes. Kiesler's pitch. Change up just in at the letters of strike 2 and 1. Pride doesn't like it. Somebody in the dugout doesn't like it. Brian Harper coming down from his third base coach's box to find out what's going on. Home plate umpire Chris Cuccione shoos Brian back to the third base coach's spot. The umpires in the green seats don't like it either. For the count, 2 balls and 1 strike on Curtis. Willits at second, Mathis at first. The infield back as Kiesler delivers the 2-1. Swung on and looped foul down the left field side, out of play and just shy of the upper deck. And now the count on Curtis is even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's trying to rally back as they trail by 3 here in the 7th. Their 9-game winning streak in jeopardy tonight. Leading 4-1, they gave up a 4-run 5th, 3 unearned, and a 2-run 6th, 1 unearned. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Baker the sign down, the target up. Kiesler's 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball low and outside, and that fills the count at 3-2. So once again with 2 outs, a full count and runners at first and second, Willits and Mathis will be on the move with the pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kiesler stares in, gets his sign from Baker. Now comes set. As the runners take off, the payoff pitch is strike 3 call on the inside corner at the knees, and Curtis doesn't like that one either. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 runners left on base. We go to the 8th at Sacramento 7th, and the Bees 4 on ESPN 1230.
SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
Med One Medical. Med One Medical.
Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med One today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold maintenance program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882.
Med One Medical. Med One Medical.
All right, we go now to the 8th inning. Fans still upset over the call. They thought a couple of those called strikes on Curtis were out of the strike zone. Curtis agreed with the fans, but to no avail. And the Bees still trail by 3 as we enter the 8th. Right-hander Matt Wilhite on the pitch for the 27th time this year. In 39 in the third innings, he's given up 39 hits, 20 runs, 18 of them earned. He has struck out 16 and walked 13. Wilhite, 2-1 with a 4.12 earned run average. The PCL batting .260 against right-hander Matt Wilhite, who hasn't thrown since Game 1 on Saturday of the doubleheader against Las Vegas. As Richie Robnett to lead things off. First pitch is lifted in the air towards left center field. Willits and Murphy converging. It's Reggie with the call and the catch for out number 1. So Robnett retired, and there's one away here in the 8th inning. That'll bring up the top of the order, and Mark Kiger. Kiger in the ball game, 1 for 4 with a single and a run batted in. So 1 out, nobody on. We'll give you the line on Bland in a moment. The pitch to Kiger is high, ball 1. Made 2 in the third innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned. Struck out 3 and walked 1. Now the pitch, sidearm fastball, strike on the outside corner at the belt, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the Bees right now trailing by 3 here in the 8th. Sidearm curveball, strike on the inside corner at the knees, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the right-hander ready. The pitch. Swing and a foul. Back to the base of the screen, and the count remains 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Wilhite ready, and the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball towards short, backhanded by Ibar. Sets the long throw. Just in time to get him by an eyelash. Good play by Eric Ibar, and there's 2 outs here in the 8th. Brings up John Baker. Baker, 3 for 3 plus a walk. He's been on base every time he's come to the plate. The Bees will have Elward, Espedo, and Pavkovich, the bottom third of the order, due up in the last of the 8th inning. So 2 out, nobody on base. The pitch. Baker takes a slider inside of the knees, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Now Will Height delivers. Third ball, strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Baker really has been a key tonight. 3 for 3, 2 runs scored, and he's thrown out 3 would-be base stealers for Salt Lake. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Baker. The pitch swung on and lifted in the air towards center. Murphy racing back, now slowing down, waiting in front of the track, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Another 1-2-3 inning brought to you by Keith Barton and Associates. It's just that easy. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Still Sacramento 7, the Bees 4 on ESPN 1230.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I've got some questions. Is it normal if I hurt worse the day after the accident? Can I sue the doctor? Can I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I'm attorney Keith Barton, and I can help. These are the kinds of questions I answer every day.
Until I called Keith Barton, I had no idea how it really worked. I called and he got me $200,000. How's that for an answer?
If you've been in a car wreck and you're hurt, call me at area code 801. It's easy.
Hi, this is Ned Siegfried of Siegfried & Jensen. We all know Utah is a great sports state. Siegfried & Jensen is a proud sponsor of virtually all of Utah's professional teams. The Jazz, the Bees, the Blaze, the Grizzlies, and Real Soccer. In sports, winning is important. The same is true if you've been injured in an accident. To help ensure victory if you've been injured, you need a winning legal team on your side. Call us at Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the best tire warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. Big O's free replacement warranty is the best in the business and gives you free services with your tires like balancing, rotating, and flat repair. Plus, with Big O Tires speed lane service, you can have your tires mounted, balanced, and on your vehicle in 20 minutes or less. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 8th, 7-4 Sacramento. Mike Elward, Jason Espedo, and Adam Papkovich to face the southpaw, Randy Kiesler. He's had a chance with 2 on in the 7th, but couldn't get that 2-out hit as Curtis Pride was rung up by home plate umpire Chris Cuccione that Curtis wasn't exactly thrilled about. So here's Elward, 2 for 3. Went down swinging his last at bat with the bases loaded and 2 out. So a couple of occasions, the Bees haven't been able to get that big 2-out base hit that they've needed. So now Elward leading off against Kiesler. A pitch on the way, swung on, foul. First base side over the roof and out of play. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. For the River Cats, right-hander Jason Carnuth, their closer, starting to loosen up. No balls, 1 strike to count on Elward as the lefty Kiesler delivers. Swing and a foul. That one bouncing off the left foot of the catcher John Baker, who tries to walk it off, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Time now for a look ahead at what's on the road for the Bees, brought to you by Big O Tires. A reputation you can ride on, Big O Tires. And the Bees hit the road Monday for 4 at Colorado Springs, including a Wednesday matinee. And then they go to Sacramento for 4. The 0-2 to Elward. Swinging a ground ball back at third. Takes a bad hop, but McLean stays with it. A long throw in plenty of time for out number 1. So Elward retired, and there's 1 down here in the 8th. Brings up Jason Espedo, 1 for 3. Lined out to the first baseman, Espy. But now he's being pinch hit for with the lefty out there. Ryan Buddy will pinch hit for Espedo. So Buddy at the plate comes in batting .223. 11 doubles, 4 homers, and 24 runs batted in. As a pinch hitter, this is his first appearance this season. The pitch, Buddy takes low, ball 1. As a team, Salt Lake pinch hitters are just 2 for 15 this year. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup, and that evens the count at 1-1. Kiesler in 2000 was the USA Today Yankees minor league pitcher of the year, going 14-5 in 28 starts. But he has bounced around ever since. The 1-1 pitch. Buddy takes low, ball 2. 2003, Kiesler pitched for 3 different PCL teams, Portland, Oklahoma, and New Orleans. 2-1 the count on Buddy. Now Kiesler hits his sign from Baker. Winds. Here's the 2-1. Buddy swings and fouls it back into the screen. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Ryan. 1 for 4 with a run batted in yesterday. Jason Esposito. 3 at-bats, 1 run batted in, 1 hit in his AAA debut. The 2-2 pitch, Buddy cues one off the end of the bat, just foul, outside at first. The count remains 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, only 1 game still going on in the majors. Seattle out in front of the Dodgers in Los Angeles 2-1 as the Mariners look for the series sweep. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Adam Pakovich is due next. Now Kiesler ready, the 2-2. Change up high, 3-2. Likely we'll see Buddy stay in the game and play first base. Moving Elwood to third and Pakovich to the outfield. But we'll wait to see what happens when we go to the ninth. 3-2 payoff pitch to Buddy. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Kiesler struck out 2 of the 3 batters he's faced. 2 up, 2 down to the 8th for Adam Pakovich. Pakovich walked in the second. Drove in a run with a sacrifice fly. His team leading 7th of the year. And he struck out swinging in the 6th. Gotta think that 7 sac flies already has to be among the league leaders. First pitch to Pakovich. Ripped towards the hole and left and through. A base hit. And so Pakovich aboard with a 2-out single. That is the 10th hit of the ball game for the Bees, and that'll bring up Eric Ibar, who's 1 for 4. And now 2 out, a runner at first base. He's trailing by 3. Now the left-hander Kiesler ready. The pitch. Fastball strike, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to Ibar. Turning around to bat right-handed against the lefty. Pakovich over at first base, the 0-1. Swing and a tap foul at home plate, and now Ibar's in the hole, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Former Stinger Zach Sorensen starting to play on a regular basis for Nashville after missing some time. Quite a bit of time. He's only played 16 games this year. 0-2 the count on Ibar. The pitch from Kiesler. Fastball up and in. Spins Eric around. And so the count 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Now Kiesler ready, the pitch. Ibar, broken bat tap toward short. Tiger charges, glove, throws on the run and gets Ibar by a half step. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. 1 runner left on base as we go to the ninth. It's Sacramento 7 and the Bees 4 on ESPN 1230.
Hi, Hi, Paul Hartman here. You know, if I were to hire somebody for my business, I would want to see their resume. That's why I think it's only fair to give you our resume right now. We have 20 years servicing the Wasatch area. Family owned and operated. Winner of last year's top technician training program. Always staffed 24 hours, 7 days a week. And we specialize in finding you the best solution for your comfort with energy savings. With over 71% repeat and customer referral rate, we know we're doing our job right. So, when you're in need, call Hartman Heating and Air, 264-8300, serving the heart of your home and business.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
We go to the 9th inning. The Bees trailing by 3 at 7-4. Nate Espy, Scott McLean, and Jeremy Brown due up. The changes that we expected to take place did. So Buddy in at first, moving Elward to third, moving Pavkovich to left, moving Willits to right. Sidearm breaking ball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1 on Espy, who's 3 for 4 with 2 runs batted in. No balls, 1 strike the count. The pitch is launched towards left center field. Drifting over for it, Adam Pavkovich is there, and he'll glove it for the first out of the inning. 1 away. So 1 down. Here's Scott McLean, an RBI single his last time up. It was his base hit that brought home Baker. And then Willits in left with 2 errors on the play, allowing another run to score. As the Bees have committed 3 tonight. There's a pitch, sidearm fastball in for a strike. The Bees, when we get to the bottom of the 9th inning, will have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up. The pitch, McLean takes a changeup inside at the knees to even the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Bees with 3 errors. They now have 74, 4th most in the league. The 1-1 to McLean. Sinker low and away, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Portland and Tacoma tied 2-2 in the 6th up at Cheney Stadium. The 2-1 to McLean. Swing and a miss to the sidearm breaking ball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 7-4 Sacramento here in the 9th. Now Wilhite ready, the pitch. Just a little bit low, ball 3. 3-0 the count. 10,618 here on a Thursday night. Now the 3-2 payoff pitch. Swing, a little tap back to the hill on 2 hops to Wilhite. The turn of the toss to first for the out. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Jeremy Brown. Brown 2 for 4. So Wilhite doing a fine job so far. The 10,618, the second largest crowd of the season for the Bees. 2 out, nobody on base. Now Wilhite pitch. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball, strike 1. He's hoping to send them home happy with a 10th straight win, but to do so, they're going to have to come up with a big rally in the bottom of the 9th. The 0-1. Strike at the knees, 0-2. Looks like Jason Carnuth will come on. And he's almost perfect. He's 12 out of 13 in save opportunities this year. No balls, 2 strikes. Will Height's pitch. Breaking ball low, 1-2 the count on Brown. Again, 4 of the 7 runs for the River Cats unearned tonight. The 1-2. Swinging a ground ball on 2 hops to short. Ibar up with it and throw in plenty of time to get Brown to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. Another easy 1-2-3 inning. Brought to you by Keith Barton Associates. 8:01. It's easy. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's Sacramento 7. The Bees 4 on ESPN 1230.
Car, truck, and SUV buyers. 0% financing is back at the 0% Plus HQ. Larry H. Miller Dodge and Chrysler Jeep at the Southtown Auto Mall. Want 0% long-term financing? You got it. Want more than that? With 0% Plus? You got that too. Only Larry H. Miller Dodge and Chrysler Jeep will offer long-term financing as low as 0% on select top Dodge Ram trucks. Plus, give you a $1,000 gas card from Sinclair. Plus, a free Larry H. Miller entertainment package. Plus, offer a maintenance program with free oil changes. Plus, a 300,000-mile warranty. If it's a Jeep you're after, get long-term financing from 0% on our new Liberties, Grand Cherokees, and Commanders. Plus a $1,000 gas card, free entertainment package, and a maintenance plan offer. There's only one 0% Plus program in Utah, and it's only at your 0% Plus HQ. Larry H. Miller Dodge and Chrysler Jeep, just off the 106 South exit in Sandy. The guy you know in the Southtown Auto Mall. OHCC dealer for details.
Strike 3! A no-hitter, a perfect game for Don Larson. Yogi Berra runs out there. He leaps on Larson, and he's swarmed by his teammates. Listen to this crowd roar.
Classic baseball is back. The Salt Lake Bees. Now students can get a pass to all 72 Bees games this summer for the incredible price of just $25. That's only 35 cents a game. Call 325-BASE to get your student pass today. The Salt Lake Bees. Classic baseball is back.
We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Bees trailing by 3, and Jason Carnuth is on the pitch, making his 33rd appearance of the year, tying Travis Hughes of New Orleans for the league lead. Carnuth 0-5, but with a 4.79 ERA, again converting 12 out of 13 save opportunities. Pitched the scoreless inning here last night. It'll be Willits, Murphy, and Kendrick due up. The Bees need 2 batters to reach base to bring the tying run to the plate. First pitch fastball to Willits in for a strike. 0-1. Reggie 1 for 2. He's also reached base on a walk and was hit by a pitch his last time up. McLean even with a bag at third. Everybody else on the infield is back. The 0-1 to Willits. Shows bunt and takes low and outside a ball. 1-1 the count on Reggie Willits. Leading things off for the Bees here in the 9th inning. Now Carnuth ready, the 1-1. Fastball outside at the belt, ball 2. 2-1 the count on Reggie. Robnett, Thomas, and Perry in left, center, and right. McLean, Kiger, Ginter, and Espy, the infield third to first. The battery of Carnuth pitching, and Baker catching. The pitch to Willits, low and away, ball 3. 3-1 the count on Reggie. 3 balls, 1 strike. Any way to get on. The 3-1 pitch is a strike at the knees, filling the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He's again in need of 2 batters to reach base to bring the tying run to the plate. Now the payoff pitch. Outside at the knees, ball 4. And so Reggie draws his second walk of the game. And so Willits is aboard with nobody out here in the 9th for Tommy Murphy, who hit a 2-run double in the first inning. And since then he has flied out 3 times. Just in case, Sacramento does have a right-hander throwing in the bullpen. Now, Carnuth ready. The pitch, swinging a ground ball to second, could be two. Ginter has trouble getting it out of his glove, so he spins and throws to first for the out. One away, that'll bring up Howie Kendrick, who's 1 for 3. As Kazuhito Tadano is throwing in the bullpen. Didn't think he was going to be eligible for another day. He was designated for assignment on Tuesday. I thought you had to be 72 hours. A pitch to Kendrick. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Well, it's at second base, 1 out. Now Carnuth ready. The pitch. Fastball low, 1-1. Carnuth was a starter in 2000 for Memphis and started game 2 here against the Buzz in the PCL Finals. Was not involved in the decision, giving up 3 runs on 7 hits in 6 innings. The 1-1 to Kendrick, swinging a ground foul. Back into the left of home plate, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gave up a home run to the second baseman, Luis Rivas. Whereas the Redbirds won the finals 3-1, getting the win in game 4 on the bottom of the 13th home run by a young, unknown kid at the time by the name of Albert Pujols. 1-2 the count on Kendrick. Now Carnuth ready, the 1-2. Swing, a little chopper back to the hill. Carnuth has it, goes halfway to first, and flips it to Espy for the out, and there's 2 down. The Bees down to their final out. With a runner at second base, Jeff Mathis the hitter. He's 1 for 4. Single to left. So the Bees, 9-game win streak, 1 out away from ending. It is a save opportunity for Carnuth. Again, the 9-game winning streak, 1 shy of the franchise record set in 2000. 9 in a row at home, 2 shy of the record home winning streak set last year. So 2 outs and a runner at second base. Carnuth's pitch, and Mathis jumps out of the way, but inside fastball, 1-0. If Mathis could reach, Curtis Pride would stand in representing the potential tying run. 1 ball, no strikes the count on Jeff. The pitch. Breaking ball, and it's the knees for a strike, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Willett checking the defense around him. At second base, Carnuth ready, the pitch. Fastball in at the knees, a strike, and it's 1-2. The Bees are down to their last strike. 1-2 the count on Jeff Mathis. Now Carnuth ready, the 1-2. Curveball low and away, 2-2 the count. Two balls, 2 strikes. Carnuth ready. Gets the sign from Baker. The 2-2. Swing and a miss at a curveball. The ball game is over, as is the winning streak. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on the base paths. The final score, the Sacramento River Cats 7 and the Salt Lake Bees 4. We'll be back with the 10th inning show next on ESPN 1230.
The game is over, and the fans are headed home. Stay tuned. The 10th inning show is coming up next. You've been listening to Salt Lake Bees Baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.
Hey, this is Dan, a laptop man for PC Laptops. A lot of people wonder how we build the best laptops and desktops on the planet. Well, here's how we do it. We handpick only the most rock-solid quality parts that we can find. The strange thing is that almost every other computer company commercial you hear talks about how cheap their computers are, but no one ever says they build the highest quality computer, well, except for PC Laptops. Why is that? Because a lot of companies are embarrassed to tell you what kind of parts or in your desktop or laptop computer. Because they put absolutely the cheapest, crappiest parts that they can find into the computer. Then they try to sell you some ridiculous extended warranty. I believe a computer should come with a great warranty. And that's why every PC, laptop, desktop comes with a PC, laptop lifetime service guarantee for free. You can simply visit any one of our 8 stores and we'll take care of you in person. Yes, you get a real human being. And to make it extra fluffy, we're doing 0 down, 0 payments, 0 interest for half a year. Get into any one of our 8 locations right now and feel the love, because at PC Laptop, we love you.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
Welcome to the 10th Inning Show, a complete recap of today's game, as well as a look at other games around the major leagues and the Pacific Coast League. Once again, let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
And welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where the Bees' 9-game winning streak came to a halt tonight as the River Cats took advantage of some shaky defense in the middle innings to beat the Bees 7-4. Final totals for Sacramento: 7 runs on 13 hits, 1 error, and 7 runners left on base. For the Bees, 4 runs on 10 hits, 3 errors, and 10 left. The winning pitcher, Matt Roney, now 3-1. The losing pitcher, Stephen Shell, 3-3. Jason Carnuth, the scoreless ninth, to pick up his 13th save. Time of the game, 3 hours, 10 minutes. And the paid attendance, 10,618, as the Bees held a 4-1 lead in the 5th. But then John Baker with 1-out double. Nate Espy had a fly ball on the left that Reggie Willits came racing in on, then had to put the brakes on and race back as it sailed over his head. And that goes for a double over his and that allows Baker to score. And then Scott McLean hit a ground ball to short that Eric Ibar's throw bounced, skipped past the first baseman Elward. That allowed another run to score, and that made it a 4-3 ball game. And then with 2 outs, McLean scored on a double by Ginter to make it a 4-4 game. Ginter later scored on a Charles Thomas single to center to make it 5-4 Sacramento. They would add 2 more runs, one of them unearned, in the 6th inning, and the River Cats would win it by a final score of 7-4. The Bees now drop to 43-30 on the year, while the River Cats win now 37-37 on the season. So the season series now level at 1 as each team picks up a victory in this series. So again, the Bees, without those errors, you take away the 4 unearned runs, they have a 1-run edge, but it wasn't to be tonight as Sacramento took advantage of the Bees' mistakes to beat the Salt Lake Bees by a final score of 7-4. Time now for our Mountains West Ranches defensive play of the game. For that, we go to the 3rd. The River Cats had 2 on and 2 out in the inning, and Keith Ginter at the plate. Espy, the tying run at second. There's a pitch driven into center field. Murphy going back, still going back at the warning track, jumps at the wall and makes the catch to save 2 runs from scoring. Tommy drifting back, timed his jump perfectly and hauled it in, and that could very well be our Mountains West Ranches defensive play of the game. And that's what indeed it was, as the Bees' Tommy Murphy does a great job in center field to take extra bases away. Between Moon Lake, Starvation, and Strawberry Reservoirs, Mountains West Ranches recreational properties offers great parcels of land at reasonable pricing. Mountains West Ranches, where the air is clean, the skies are blue, the water is clear, and the magnificent views are waiting for you. Call 1-877-894-5658 or check out www.nwranches.com. Sacramento wins at 7-4. We'll check the other scores around baseball next on our Abra scoreboard here on ESPN 1230.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or new TV, RC Willey is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. RC Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
Being inducted into the Hall of Fame is the ultimate after you had a successful Major League career. Of course, I took 4 years out for World War II. I joined the Navy 2 days after Pearl Harbor, and I'm very proud to be an American and hope I've been a good one.
Relive your fondest memories of Bob Feller and see his Hall of Fame plaque at the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. For more information, visit us on the web at baseballhalloffame.org or call 888-HALL-OF-FAME.
We're driving along with Safelite Auto Glass technician Dave. Hi there. Dave, I'm reading in this glossy brochure here, a nice photo of you, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
About Safelite's unbreakable service guarantee.
Yep, we're so confident with our service that if there's ever a problem, we'll go wherever you are and make it right.
Anywhere?
Safelite's guarantee goes with you, everywhere.
How about a home in Vegas?
You bet.
An office in Toledo?
Yep.
Hollywood?
Uh-huh.
Hollywood, Florida?
Yes, sir.
Anchorage?
We guarantee it across America. No other auto glass company could say that.
How about Mars? Will Safelite go to Mars, Dave?
Actually, we'll be glad to. Are you talking Mars, Pennsylvania, or Le Mars, Iowa, or Mars Hill, North Carolina?
You sure know your stuff, Dave.
To fix your auto glass, call Safelite at 1-800-800-ASAP. 1-800-800-ASAP. Or go to safelite.com. That's SAFELITE.com to get a free instant quote and to schedule online. We're obsessed with auto glass.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field as the Bees fall the River Cats by a score of 7-4. Time now to take one last look at the Abra scoreboard. In Round Rock tonight, Nashville's Ben Hendrickson and the bullpen combined on a one-hitter as the Sounds blank Round Rock 2-0 as that long winning streak is over. The Express had won 8 in a row. Oklahoma rallied with 3 runs in the bottom of the ninth to edge New Orleans 3-2. Iowa topped Omaha by a score of 8-5 in Des Moines. At Memphis, the Redbirds shut out Albuquerque 2-0. At Tucson in the 6th, Las Vegas now leads the Sidewinders 8-6. Home runs, 2 for Robbie Hammock for Tucson and 1 for former Stinger Alberto Callaspo. At Fresno in the 6th, the Sky Sox and Grizzlies are tied at 5. And in the 8th inning at Tacoma, it's the Rainiers 2 and Portland 2. In the major leagues, only one game is still going on. That's at Dodger Stadium. Los Angeles leading Seattle 4-2 in the 8th. All the other games have been completed. Tampa Bay beat Arizona 4-1. Texas a winner over San Diego 5-3, scoring all of their runs in the 5th inning. In the lone National League game, the Mets and Pedro Martinez topped Cincinnati 6-2. Kansas City scored a run in every inning but the 3rd in a 15-7 rout of Pittsburgh. Taylorsville's John Buck with his 5th home run of the year. At Atlanta, Toronto rallied with 2 in the 8th to edge the Braves 3-2. Minnesota spoiled Roger Clemens' debut, beating the Astros 4-2. At Baltimore, the Orioles scored 4 in the 8th to go up 5-1, only to have the Marlins score 4 in the 9th to tie it, and then put 3 more on the board in the 10th. The Fighting Fish over the O's 8-5. And in Chicago, Anthony Reyes for St. Louis threw a one-hitter. The problem is that one hit was a home run by Jim Tomei, and the White Sox shut out the Cardinals 1-0. And that's a look at your Abra scoreboard. Back with the scoring highlights from this game right after this on ESPN 1230.
SOS SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or a new TV, RC Willey is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. RC Willey, one place. So many possibilities.
Well, the Bees grab the lead. As a matter of fact, tonight's game is the first all season long that the Bees have lost when they have scored first here at home. Eric Ibar singled, Reggie Willett singled, bringing Tommy Murphy to the plate. No sign of a bunt. Murphy crushes one to center. Thomas on his horse, racing back, going back. It's over his head as it one up the wall. Here comes Ibar around third. He will score. Willett's in behind him. The throw to the plate, not in time. It's a 2-run double for Tommy Murphy, and the Bees take a 2-0 lead. So 2-0 Salt Lake. Again, they have been 15-0 at home when scoring first, but not to be tonight. Sacramento got a run back in the third on an RBI single by Nate Espy, but the Bees would add 2 more runs to their lead in the fourth as Curtis Pride and Mike Elward had back-to-back singles, putting 2 men on base for Jason Espito. Moreno's pitch. Line drive, right center field, base hit. In from third, Pride. Elward takes the turn at second. He'll advance to third. It's an RBI single for Jason Espito, and the Bees lead it 3-1. So 3-1 the score, and then Elward would score on a sacrifice fly by Pavkovich to make it 4-1 Salt Lake. And the Bees look like they may be on their way to a 10th straight win, but in the fifth, with 1 out, John Baker doubled to center field. Nate Espy hit that line drive that was misplayed into a double by Reggie Willett. Baker scoring to make it a 4-2 ball game. And then Scott McLean hit a ground ball to short. Nice convenient belt high hop, but Eric Ibar bounced the throw past Mike Elward. A 2-base throwing error as that one skips into the stands. Espy scores. McLean to second, and it's a 4-3 game. 1 out later, Keith Ginter was up with a chance to tie it. Shell's pitch. Swinging a ground ball, hits the third base bag and goes down the left field line. McLean around third with a tying run. Ginter onto second base. The throw, not in time. It's an RBI double for Keith Ginter, and the game is tied at 4-4. So 4-4 the score, and then Jason Perry was hit by a pitch, putting runners at first and second. 2 out. Charles Thomas at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Thomas swings and lines one into right center field. That's going to fall in for a hit. In to score is Ginter. Perry to third. It's an RBI single for Charles Thomas, and now the River Cats lead it 5-4. So 5-4 Sacramento. They would add 2 more in the 6th inning, 1 of them unearned, and the River Cats would go on to win it by a final score of 7-4. When we come back, we'll preview tomorrow night's 3rd game of the series. The Bees will try to start another winning streak when they take on the River Cats tomorrow night. And we'll take a look at that coming up next on ESPN 1230.
Think you can hit that can? You mean on that porch over there? Yeah. Watch this. Oh, Technoglass. Get out of here, man.
That's a Copa. Technoglass.
When the road takes revenge on your windshield, call Technoglass. Rock chip repair, only $19.95.
Solid hit, hit the center fielder back, way past the warning track into the parking lot. Oh, Technoglass, right. Another shattered windshield. It's time to call Technoglass.
Technoglass does windshield repair, and they do it right. Custom replacement, and you're ready to go in about an hour. Rock chip repair, you're ready to go in minutes. Visit any of the 10 convenient Technoglass locations across the Wasatch Front.
When that rock hits your windshield,
Technoglass!
think Technoglass. We're clearly the best.
Car, truck, and SUV buyers. 0% financing is back at the 0% Plus HQ. Larry H. Miller Dodge and Chrysler Jeep at the Southtown Auto Mall. Want 0% long-term financing? You got it. Want more than that? With 0% Plus, you got that too. Only Larry H. Miller Dodge and Chrysler Jeep will offer long-term financing as low as 0% on select top Dodge Ram trucks. Plus, give you a $1,000 gas card from Sinclair. Plus, a free Larry H. Miller entertainment package. Plus, offer a maintenance program with free oil changes. Plus, a 300,000-mile warranty. If it's a Jeep you're after, get long-term financing from 0% on our new Liberties, Grand Cherokee, and Commanders. Plus a $1,000 gas card, free entertainment package, and a maintenance plan offer. There's only one 0% Plus program in Utah, and it's only at your 0% Plus HQ. Larry H. Miller Dodge and Chrysler Jeep, just off the 106 South exit in Sandy. The guy you know in the Southtown Auto Mall. OHD, dealer for details.
So the Bees come up short here on a Thursday night in their effort to try to extend their winning streak to 10. But as we mentioned, they'll try to start a new one tomorrow when they take on the River Cats in Game 3 of this 5-game series. It'll be right-hander Jared Weaver with a record of 4-1 on the mound against right-hander Ben Fritz, who's 1-0 for Sacramento, making his third start for the River Cats. We'll be on the air at 6:40 with the on-deck circle, 7 o'clock game time, so we hope to see you here at the ballpark in person. But if not, please join us tomorrow here on ESPN 1230. Our thanks to Isaac back in our studios here in Salt Lake City, and our thanks to you for listening. Once again, in 3 hours, 10 minutes, and in front of 10,618, the final score, the Sacramento River Cats 7 and the Salt Lake Bees 4. I'm Steve Plowke saying good night and so long from the ballpark.
This has been the 10th Inning Show. Make sure to be with us next time for Salt Lake Bees baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.